Tony Fats made it.
Detroit was once termed the City of Champions. The trio of professional sports teams in this town all took home a title in 1935 to appropriately earn that title. Even the world's best boxer hailed from the Motor City that glorious year. Today, a pair of tough, title-hungry teams meet in Midtown Detroit to settle something sacred. The drought of pro team sports titles in Detroit has been offset by the championship football being played by its high school heroes. Detroit Southeastern and Detroit Central meet for the 34th time ever, and for the second time this season, here today. Whose run game will wear down the others first? Can the Jungleers get revenge from their Week 5 defeat at the hands of Central? All the answers and all the keys are coming up next as we get ready for the Preps coverage of DPSL Championship football. And now, from Tom Adams Field in Midtown Detroit, it's time for Gridiron Game Day.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, John Losey. Welcome to high school football in the D. We've got two big games tonight on the Prep. The first one, we're going to be facing Detroit Central against Detroit Southeastern in a battle for the Division II championship. My partner in crime tonight is Mr. Stickman himself.
Hello.
How you doing today, sir?
Doing well. Beautiful night downtown Detroit. You got a skyline view of the city here from Wayne State, and you got two of the best teams in the PSL going at it, a championship on the line. This is what they played all season for. This is that football weather, and these guys are going to go at it all game long. Excited to see these two match up today.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We got two titles on the line tonight, Division I and Division II. We're going to kick it off tonight with Detroit Central and Southeastern kicking it off in the Division II finals, and then the big one coming up later that everybody wants to see. You know what it is.
It's Cass and King. We were able to broadcast that game last year. Actually, both of them last year. Both incredible games. And this year, both those teams stacked again and ready to go at it in another championship bout.
Oh, yeah. I'm really looking forward to that one. A lot of game film prep for that one. You're going to have a lot of people here watching it live on the Prep as well, and we're happy to bring it to you. And we're going to get things started pretty soon. Anything keys today, you think, for this first game?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave you hanging because we got the keys to the game coming up in a little bit.
I was stealing our own thunder.
We will definitely hit that. Yeah, we got to lead the people a little bit. But no, I'm really just looking forward to this game between these two teams. You know, they've played each other before. They've had a good matchup, and it's kind of, you know, when an unmovable object meets a force that cannot be stopped, and that's what we're going to run into tonight when Detroit Southeastern takes on Detroit Central. Yeah. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a physical game. We know that from the jump. Yeah. And overall, just ready for a good night of football. I know these kids have been prepping all year. Seniors, this is a night that they want to show out. Anytime you could get in a championship game and carry that trophy, that is something that's going to stay with you forever, and something you could be talking about to your friends and jabbing them forever, too. So
lifetime memory for sure, 100%. Senior-laden Detroit Central team tonight going to lead us out.
Yeah, and let's get into some of the impact players of the game today. It's going to be a nice game, and we're looking at Detroit Southeastern here. Isaiah Clemens, that is the running back that we got to keep our eye on. Detroit Central's coach was very concerned with him. That was one thing he said, we have to stop the run, and that is because that young man lays the lumber every time he touches the ball, as you can see him there. Quick feet, good lateral, and he can get up the field in a hurry.
Yeah, great vision.
And then you flip over to the other side of the ball for Southeastern. You have Terrence Hayes, nice size linebacker, can fill holes, a smart player. You know, one of those guys that if he doesn't make it at the next level, he's definitely going to be a coach somewhere because of how he knows the game. So those are the two guys I'm looking forward to for Detroit Southeastern. And then, you know, when we're looking at the other side of the palette for Detroit Central, those are the guys that you want to look at, too. Detroit Southeastern is going to have a big game. You got Javion Lewis. This kid, you know, he waited around. He was the second backup last year, and now he's the starter. So he's looking to make an impact in this game. And then, of course, cornerback number 22, DeCarlos White, who I have heard is the best defender in the city. That's just what I was told, to quote my boy Neil Rule. And so he's going to have a big game tonight. Lots of speed, lots of awareness, lots of quickness out of him. and it's just going to be a good, fun matchup between these two teams who both come in with a winning record. Detroit Central is 4-2, and then, of course, Southeastern undefeated. So,
yep. Yeah, no, it's going to be a great matchup. A lot of athletes out there. Javion Lewis, a quarterback for Detroit Central, the Trailblazers, really leading. And one of the things I mentioned earlier, senior-laden team. You know, one thing that Coach Macon talked about was the senior leadership, guys that have been with him for 4 years, and really looking for those guys to go out with a victory tonight in a PSL championship.
Yeah, we were able to hear from both coaches, and we're going to hear from them right now what they think of this game. And thank them for giving us the time to talk about this because, coaches are busy preparing. But we were able to. They don't
want to talk to us, Dick.
We were able to pull them aside. And here's what they had to say about the matchup tonight.
Courtney Dinkins, Detroit Southeastern High School, year 6 head football coach. The best part this year coaching these guys is the team camaraderie. It started in the wintertime, continued in the spring and summer. 7-on-7s, a couple of out-of-town trips. So it went pretty well with the team. So just seeing them come together as a brotherhood and as one. So that's the best part of coaching this team this year. It's really good. One of the things that's happening, we get more community involvement. Winning brings out everybody. Everybody wants to be a part of a winner. So with that being said, we get administration that happy to come to games. Kids want to come to games. Players want to perform for the people that come watch them play. So it's bringing that school pride back. You got old alumni that call me or contact me and let me know, like, hey, I'm coming to the game. I need tickets. Courtney Dinkins, Detroit Southeastern High School, year 6 head football coach. The best part this year coaching these guys is the team camaraderie. It started in the wintertime, continued in the spring and summer. 7-on-7s, a couple of out-of-town trips. So it went pretty well with the team. So just seeing them come together as a brotherhood and as one. So that's the best part of coaching this team this year. It's really good. One of the things that's happening, we get more community involvement. Winning brings out everybody. Everybody wants to be a part of a winner. So with that being said, we get administration that happy to come to games. Kids want to come to games. Players want to perform for the people that come watch them play. So it's bringing that school pride back. You got old alumni that call me or contact me and let me know, like, hey, I'm coming to the game. I need tickets.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything you dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
And we're back at Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University for tonight's football action here. PSL final number 2. Let's go to the keys to the game today. Mr. Stick, take it away.
Yeah, Detroit Central, for them, for me, it's pretty simple. They got to play downhill, be aggressive. That's what their defense is known for, and that's what they're going to need to bring today. And then get Javion comfortable. That's something that they need to do. Get him going and get him just feeling the game. He's been in the system for a long time. All you got to do is get him comfortable, and you can tell he can fill it out. And then let's switch over to Detroit Southwestern. there. Let's look at the kickoff first.
DeCarlos White's going to pick up the kickoff. He'll get back to the 40-yard line here where Detroit Central will take over.
Yeah, and then for Detroit Southeastern, you want to feed the beast. Isaiah Clemens is the man, the myth, the legend. He's the guy that's going to get it done for you. And then play big up front, because for Detroit Central, they have some nice defensive tackles and some defensive ends, a bunch of seniors, and a bunch of upperclassmen on that line. So for me, for Detroit Southeastern, they got to control up front.
Exactly. So we're going to get this one started here as Detroit Central, the Trailblazers, will take over first possession of the game here, starting on their own 39-yard line. And that man, Mr. Javion Lewis, is going to take the helm as they get set here to kick this one off in pursuit of a championship stick.
Yeah, these are the nights you play for. You know, you start training camp in August, the two-a-days, and it all leads to
in the heat
PSL championship here in the cold.
Yep. Got 3 wide right here for Lewis. Anthony Walk, one to watch. He's going to keep this one as Lewis is going to break a tackle. He's got room. He's going to pick up about 15 and a first down. Good start for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and they come out, like you said, 3 wide to the right, and it's a designed quarterback draw right off the mix. And, you know, maybe they were listening to my keys of the game. Get Javion Lewis going early. Get him comfortable. Get him warmed up. That's a nice little 15-yard sprint for him right there coming off the first play of the game.
I think we got a flag on the play here in the neighborhood of holding, I believe.
You hate that.
So a good design right out of the gate is going to be negated by a holding penalty by the Trailblazers, so that'll back them up.
And it looks like, though, it was a holding penalty way downfield, because they're going to replay the down, and it's going to start 1st and 8.
Yep. And that's one thing that Coach Macon mentioned was eliminating those mistakes. He said in the first time they played, you know, they just didn't do all the little things they needed to do, and he's not going to be happy with that start.
No, definitely not. But, you know, here it is. Time to play defense and get those 2 yards, maybe get a sack here.
Lewis back to pass, looking, fires. That's going to be picked off. Hung up in the wind a little bit, and that's going to be an INT for the Jungleers to start this one with a good little momentum there. Number 13, Chris Crumpsey, senior, 5'9", 150. Let's take a look at it. He kind of hung this one a little bit, Stick.
Yeah, you're seeing Javion Lewis a little bit under pressure. Maybe it got to him. It looked like he was targeting number 3, but ended up big interception to start this game. You know, anytime you can steal possessions in a championship game, that is a huge deal. And now let's see what Detroit Central can do when they have the ball.
Yeah. Again, the mistakes, right? That's two. A holding penalty there on that first one, and then also an interception here. And so the Jungleers are going to take possession here. And you get the emotion going right away. That's what they wanted to do. Obviously, with Central coming in undefeated and the favorite in this one, anything going the way for the Jungleers is going to be a positive.
Yeah, and you hope that kind of puts doubt in their head whenever they drop back to pass. Like, oh, man, this defense can snatch the ball out of the air just like my wide receivers. So, you know, interception that early in the game, you'll see how it trickles down throughout the game. Maybe it puts some doubts in Javion Lewis's head.
Well, we got something going on here. We're backing it back up again. So we're going back and forth here, Stick. I'm not sure.
Well, while they're doing that, let's take a look at the running backs here for Detroit Central. You have Dantes Hicks, number 1, DeMarcus Brown, number 3, and then DeJuan Granberry. Those are the 3 guys that will be handling the majority of the carries today for Detroit Central.
Central's got the ball, so I don't know if I saw a penalty or what we saw there, Stick, but Central's got the ball. As Javion Lewis has got it back in his hands, he's going to gain it off there to Anthony Walk, wide receiver, turns the corner, gets tripped up. He'll get about 6 on that one.
Yeah, a little wonky start to the game. A couple penalties. We don't know what happened on that interception, but apparently it wasn't an interception. Maybe they called pass interference. We'll have to go back and look at the tape.
We'll have to do something. Let's send Stat Girl down to check it out.
There we go. That's what Lexi Ayala on the sidelines. She will find out for us. One of the best sideline reporters in the game.
In the business.
We got to look at Detroit Southeastern's defensive line, big fellas, Zach McCoy, DeTravion Farrell, and then, of course, Donald Williams at the big defensive end. They got to do a good job of containing today.
Second down here for Central. We're going to get a flag on the play before the play started. We're going to get an offside. We're going to get a false start here on the Trailblazers, so back them up another 5, Stick.
Yeah, and the flags keep on coming. I mean, we started the year with Southfield A&T and Cass Tech, and I believe that game had about 28 to 38 penalties in it. And here we are, a couple minutes into the first quarter, and already 3 or 4 flags.
Yep. And a phantom flag that we don't even know about.
Yeah. And there's the defensive line again for Detroit Southeastern.
Good linebackers, good batch of linebackers there.
Yeah, good linebacker core for sure. You got Keith Cohen, number 5, Terrence Hayes, number 6, and Ernest Hankins, number 12 at your outside linebacker. And then defensive backs, this is what they run. They run, they run 5 deep at DB. Jeremiah Porter, Antonio Mayo, Deshaun
Nothing
Matthews.
there. Go, shaky tackle. Good move there. As Dante Hicks broke a tackle and finds space. Nice individual effort by Dante Hicks. As the jet sweep handoff, he got caught in the backfield, broke the tackle, and skirted forward for about 16 yards and a first down.
And those are the guys that got to get to. He's able to get to the edge. And we were just talking about the defensive end in the contain, and that's what happens. You miss a tackle in the backfield against these guys. Next thing you know, they're 15 yards down the field.
Yeah, had an opportunity to make a play in the backfield and just couldn't hold on to him. Hicks is very talented. Coach Macon called him really a player coach on the field, been with him for 4 years. Said the same thing about DeMarcus Brown as well. So that senior leadership on the field really helping out.
Yeah, he
Detroit
calls them
Central.
fire and ice.
Fire and ice, that's right. Just like Jimmy McElroy and Chaz Michaels.
I'm not sure if they'd love that comparison, but there you go,
Just like it, though, just like it. Yeah, a little pop culture reference to start us off stick, right?
Of course.
Got another flag. Another false start there by Central. Back him up again. We're going to be leaning on our statistician to find out how many penalties we've had so far. Hey, there she is.
Yeah. Jam, the best in the biz as well. She will keep track of everything. That's what she does.
That's right.
The best. And it's nice that she's so close in this game. Usually she's, like 20 feet away from us. She's right here.
1st and 10, actually 1st and 15.
And for those playing at home, we're at 4 penalties right now.
Over under in the game, Stick? What do you think?
Oof, I don't
15?
know. 4 penalties in 5 plays, so that's it's a tough average right now.
I was told there'd be no math, but yeah, that could be a lot. Javion Lewis with it. He's going to keep it, and he is going to be gang tackled there by the Jungleers. Picked up a couple. But really, that defensive line right now so far for Detroit Southeastern is really controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was the focus coming into this game. Coach Jamie talked about that for the Trailblazers. He said, we have to stop the run, and that was one of my keys to the game for them is to play downhill, and that's what they were doing. They're just going to keep sending bodies because that's what they know they have to do. If they can stop Isaiah Clemens from getting going, it's going to be a good game.
3rd down here, about 14 to go. Javion Lewis shouting out signals. He's got 3 wide receivers up top. Here comes the heat. He's got room. He's got a lot of room. Look out. Lots of green in front of him. And Lewis is making plays inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. You could see that. The rush came. Receivers cleared up out on top. And that just left the lane wide open for a great athlete and a great run.
Yeah, whenever you have a mobile quarterback like this, it definitely changes the game and makes opportunities out of nothing. That's a busted play, anybody else in the system, but he's able to get that ball all the way down to about the 5-yard line and get his team into scoring position.
We've got a player down on the field here for Central. Number 40, it appears to be. Number 50, we got number 50 down on the play. Not seeing a 50 there. Well, hopefully he's all right.
Well, while they're taking a break, we'll go with them right here on the prep. It is the game day matchup between Detroit Southeastern and Detroit Central. We will be right back.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
right, we're back as number 54, Detroit Central, gets helped off the field. Shelton Criswell, 6 foot 250, offensive lineman senior. Looks like he's hobbled with an ankle injury. He'll come off the field here. But the Trailblazers are inside the 5, sitting at about the 4-yard line here, 1st and goal for Mr. Javion Lewis and company as they look to open the scoring here. We are 0-0 to start this one. Inside handoff there to Hicks. We got a ball down. Looks like the ball came out. Jungleers have it. They are celebrating. Let's see it. They're going the other way. It's a fumble.
Yeah, there we go. You know, the ball don't lie. They lost the interception earlier, and they were able to get the turnover later in the drive. And this is a huge stop early in the game. You see the defensive lineman busted in, getting in there, big number 55 and 58. 5 coming in for the tackle. And the ball is clearly out before he goes down. Turn it around, 1st down.
Antonio Mayo with the recovery for the Jungleers, and they not only thwart Central, but they also take over now. So 2 good stops. They had an interception that was taken back, and then they get a fumble recovery here. And so they're going to take off offensively. Ooh. And no inside there. That was a little miscommunication, a little long lean in the handoff there. Did not look like it was clean, trying to get the ball to Isaiah Clemens.
Yeah, DeMarcus Brown able to come in and clean that up. I love his position title here, just rover. It doesn't really have a position. He's just the rover, and there you see him right there talking to coach, bringing it in.
Number 3 there, sophomore Julian Liddell, quarterback for the Jungleers. Gonna look for probably a heavy dose of Mr. Isaiah Clemens in this one. At least that's what Central's expecting and had been planning for.
Yeah, like I said, they said they have to stop the run. They made some adjustments from the last time that they played, and they didn't let up a ton of yards last time that they played. Another flag here.
That was a lot of movement. Musical chairs on that one as everyone was offside for the most part. So maybe a little nerves there for the Jungleers. Let's take a look at the backs and receivers now for the Jungleers. Got that halfback Keith Cohen, number 5. Isaiah Clemens, we've talked about a lot. Thomas Harris, Chris Crumsey, and Antonio Mayo had the fumble recovery on the defensive side of the ball. Charles Dubose on that left tackle spot. Joe Farhart. Inside handoff, nothing doing there. We might get a safety. I think his forward progress was stopped outside the end zone, but they're going to be awfully close to that goal line as Clemens all over him.
Yeah, he's barely able to get out of the end zone right there, and you can see
Full
just
house.
right there, just a little bit, just over the line. So that is not a safety, but man, they are moving in the wrong direction right now. 3rd and about 19 here. Not many plays in the playbook for this one.
Nope. K-Rod Hill, center, will go back to the lineman, Terrell Williams, and Isaiah Daniels at that right tackle spot. And one of the things that Coach Macon had mentioned was, to make them one-dimensional. Really take away the run and make them one-dimensional. Let's see what happens here. Look out, that's going to be a safety. Oh, the ball's in the air. That's going to be a touchdown. That could be a touchdown, my friends. They're going to give him the safety as he tried to pitch it. That was pretty close to being a touchdown stick, I got to tell you.
Yeah, I think the officials are just saying that his forward progress was stopped and they weren't giving him anything else. And lucky for him, honestly, that is a big break because 2 points is obviously a lot better than giving away 6.
I mean, he's still fighting here to try to get out of it, going down and pitches it to the wrong team. So, safety there. And Central's going to start the scoring with a 2-run home run, and they're going to lead it 2-0, Stick.
Yeah, and they get the ball back, too. Yep. So that's a big deal.
Well, so, I mean, you see the positive coming in there with the Jungleers getting the stop, getting the fumble recovered, but then they got to take over the ball so close to their own end zone, and that's what you can see happen there as it goes in the other direction. Now that really the momentum goes back over to Central.
Yeah, well, the coach from Central was talking about Southeastern's defense, and he said they're the type of defense that takes gambles. They put on the pressure, and right there, that's exactly what they did. When you have your opponent backed up like that, no other option. Put the pressure on, and hopefully you can get something like that. And they were just lucky they didn't make the major mistake and give them the touchdown.
Yep, they tried to. It was close.
Yeah, very close.
So we're going to get a free kick here for Detroit Southeastern. Wind is a factor. He'll be kicking with the wind here, so hopefully get it up in the air and let it fly deep there.
Yeah, the wind's kind of moving across the field, too, so there's going to be some action. Watch out for the return man, too, because it's going to be tough playing this ball if it gets up in the air.
Yep. Maybe look for a swib kick here. Here we go. Good line drive kick. That's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty. Make that number 5 now towards our total. And so Javion Lewis will bring Central back out, leading this one 2-0. Interesting start. I mean, you know, you had Central marching, turnover, then they got it back, then got another turnover, got it back, and then you know, they pick up the safety, and now they kind of start where they originally started from their first drive of the day.
Yeah, it's been kind of a herky-jerky ball game here, but when these two teams match up, you really never know what's going to happen. You take a look at the all-time series here between Detroit Southeastern and Detroit Central. 34th meeting all-time. First meeting was in 1953. Southeastern won that 25-6, and Central leads the all-time series 20-11-2. Central has won 7 of the last 8 meetings against Southeastern, and Southeastern was unbeaten through the first 6 games of the series, 4-0-2. But here we go, kickoff about to happen.
Again, out of bounds. Central won the matchup earlier this season on September 23rd, 35-20. That one's getting bounced around. Good block there. Good coverage there by the Jungleers. And now Javion Lewis is going to come out here.
Yeah, Dantes Hicks, though, came through on that with a huge block.
Yeah.
That's one of those hits that gets your adrenaline going and gets you fired up, and if your teammates are watching, gets them fired up, too.
Hear that one all the way up in the booth.
Yeah, and we are sky high up here at Wayne State. Watch this hit by number 1 coming across.
There.
Boom.
Yep, great block.
And that's a great, clean hit, too. He led with his shoulder, no helmet-to-helmet contact. Like, that is about as clean as you want on any level of football.
Yeah, defender can see him all the way, so it's not anything coming out of the blue. Good clean hit. All right, so Central in their opening possession, they marched all the way down, got it inside the 5, had a fumble, and now they're going to take over possession again at their own 43-yard line here, leading 2-0 in the PSL Detroit Public School League Championship Division II game here. Inside handoff. There's Hicks again. Gang tackled by the Jungleers.
I love that by Detroit Central's coach, though. You saw a guy get a big hit. Why don't you hand the ball to him? You know he's fired up. You know he's ready to make another big play. But unfortunately for him, Detroit Southeastern's front line was there to make the play as well and shut it down. And a lot of gang tackling going on today by Southeastern.
Yeah, good jump. Zach McCoy got in there, got a hand on him, slowed him up, and then his teammates helped bring him down. So that'll be a loss of 1, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 11 here. Wind's starting to pick up, get a little colder out here too. I can feel my toes getting a little chilly there, Stick, up here in the booth.
Yeah, luckily they got these nice booths here at Wayne State Tom Adams Field. They got the heaters underneath, so I think we're going to make it.
So we're going to get a timeout here in the action.
Yeah, we'll take it with them. Detroit Central is up 2 over Southeastern 0 with 4:21 left to play in the first. We are the Prep.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
And we're back. Live action here. Wayne State University here. Javion Lewis going deep. Up in the air, trying to go one-handed.
Oh, man, and if Javion Lewis is able to watch the game film after this, he's going to be so upset at himself. Dantes Hicks was running down the sideline, wide open, completely blown coverage. Nobody around him for miles. Watch number 1 come out of the backfield here.
Yep.
Nobody picked him up. He was going deep on the other side of the field, didn't even see him.
Yep.
Ooh, my. But what an arm he's got, too. I mean, we've seen him do it with his legs, and now you can tell they can push the top off that defense.
He's an athlete. That's into the wind, too, a little bit. Even that crossbreeze going that way. So that was a well-thrown ball by Javion Lewis. So 3rd and 11 here. Looking, he's going to go high. It's going to be almost intercepted again as that one sailed on him a little bit as Lewis Fires high and almost intercepted. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Trailblazers. Not what they were looking for. Quick 3 and out after the safety.
Yeah, you saw the ball kind of sail on Javion Lewis, and you wonder if that's because he's throwing it into the wind. That is a tough throw to make. You see a little bit of a curve on it, and it kind of died. But that was almost the same play that they ran with Dantes Hicks the play before, and he was almost open again on the same sideline. I think the coach is going to go in and tell his quarterback, make sure you're watching that running back out of the backfield.
Yep. Go through your progressions. Antonio Mayo back for the Jungleers. And that one is going to be low. And that one's not going to get a friendly roll for anybody, really. It'll be down right there, the 38-yard line. Better field position for Detroit Southeastern this time compared to inside their own 5.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do something with it. I mean, we didn't really see much of Isaiah Clemens on that first drive. Expect to see him get a couple big handoffs early on this one.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Detroit Central, their defensive squad. Anthony Johnson, coach mentioned him a lot in the interview. Tristan Duncan, Sebastian Pamplin, and Quan Montgomery, very strong up front. Alante Smith Jr., DeJuan Cranberry leading that linebacker crew. Inside handoff there to Isaiah Clemens. He's going to muscle forward for about 4 or 5.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about out of this young man. He is a bull when he gets the ball. It takes a couple men to bring him down. He stays low to the ground.
Yeah, that secondary for Central, DeCarlos White, Caldre Hardy, Dante Hicks, we've mentioned him a lot, and also DeMarcus Brown leading him up there in that defensive backfield.
Yeah, and don't forget DeCarlos White. Best defender in the city is what we were told.
That's right. Another inside handoff again. Nothing doing on that one, maybe one. That'll bring up 3rd down at about 4, 3rd down 5.
Yeah, DeMarcus Brown able to get in there and break up that play. And Detroit Central's defense has been playing downhill as advertised. That's what they want to do. They want to bust up this offense.
Yeah, DeCarlos White highlighted as a player spotlight of the game. So 3rd down here. Good catch there, good little pitch and catch. Nope, he couldn't come up with it. An incomplete pass, just a little bit on the outside there. So that'll bring up 4th down and expect a punt.
Let's take a look at this play. It's there, it's just a little bit outside, unable to, but great defense by number 22 on that one.
Yeah, DeCarlos White. Yeah, DeCarlos White right there on cue.
That's why he's the best, they say.
Right on cue. So they're going to keep it here and forego the punt. 4th down for the Jungleers. What do you think about this move? Middle of the field. Go for it. Fires. Got a man open. Good throw. Good catch.
I think it's a great move. I think you got to make that decision every single time.
There you go. It's perfect.
Never mind the Lions going 0 for 6 on last Sunday, but no. That was a great 4th down play. I just have to wonder about their kicking game and how much they trust their punter. But no, you see the nice drop back here. Great protection by his line. And you see that seam route right over the middle for a nice pickup.
Lindell right to Antonio Mayo. Mayo's been doing a lot. He's got that fumble recovery. Also back on punts and a good catch there. And so keep the chains moving. Oh, that's just gang tackling right there. They're keying on that man, Mr. Isaiah Clemens. No room on that run.
And I think that's how they're going to live and die today. You know, they're going to sell out to try to stop Isaiah Clemens, and if they can do that, they'll be happy with the outcome. They'll allow a couple 1st downs on passes like we saw on the last play, but their goal is to stop Isaiah Clemens.
Yep, that was clear. Held them to about 120 yards in their first game, which was his lowest output of the season.
Yeah, they hardly let up a 50-yard rusher.
Oh, broke a tackle there, getting room. That's actually Keith Cohen, number 5. So good run there. So you may have thought maybe with Clemens taking a break, Central looking in the backfield, not seeing him there, and there goes Mr. Cohen breaking free for a good run.
Yeah, you see the Central linebacker coming up and getting caught and actually getting blocked. 2 guys getting blocked by 1, and that's what led to the hole being open for number 5 to run for a nice gain.
Yep, Cohen's still in there as Clemens is on the bench. There's Cohen. Did he get it? I think he might have got that first down. It's going to be close. It's 3rd and short.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Clemens will check back in. But a nice job by Cohen on 2 runs. Picks him up a first down. A little shot in the arm while Clemens gets a little bit of a breather. So first down for the Jungleers now at the 30-yard line. Good little drive here put together by Detroit Southeastern. And goes right back to the bread and butter as Clemens will muscle his way forward for pickup of about 5.
Yeah, and those 5-yard pickups, you know, they're not game changers, but what they do is they keep you on your down and distance. Now, 2nd and 5, you can pretty much run any play in the playbook, and it keeps the defense for Detroit Central guessing on what you're going to do next.
Yep, helmet on helmet, a lot of those plays, just pushing forward. So 2nd and 5 here as we tick down towards the end of the first quarter. Clemens again pushing. Good tackle there on the inside by Central.
And they've had that little option handoff a couple times right up the middle, and you feel like eventually they're going to pull that back, hoping the linebackers come up and dump it right over the top of them.
Quan Montgomery brought him down there, and so it'll bring down 3rd and 3. Keeper, he's got room, he's gone. Look out, hello, end zone. Julian Liddell found the space. Everyone bit on the Clemens fake, and he found daylight and finds pay dirt, and a great drive by the Jungleers to take the lead.
Yeah, and that's just what good offensives do. They ran the same play, handing it off up the middle twice, and finally they duped the defense on that. They thought it was going to go up the middle again. No, quarterback keeping it around the edge. Easy
Look at the
touchdown.
defense there. You got the entire defense converging on Clemens. That was a great call and a great execution, and a good touchdown for the Jungleers.
Yeah, that's using the defense's aggressiveness against them. You know they want to sell out to stop Isaiah Clemens, so you fake the handoff, pull it, and here you go, 6 points on the board.
Nope, I don't think you got that one. That is going to be no good. I think that was Julian Lindell, number 3, kicking the extra point. That'll go just wide. Could be back to that kicking question that you talked about, Stick, potentially.
Yep, so Detroit Southeastern takes the lead 6-2 over Central here in the PSL 2 championship game. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back on the prep. It's Game Day Gridiron.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Detroit Southeastern's head coach Courtney Dinkins is the football version of Drake's lyrics, started from the bottom, now here. Coach Dinkins told me in his first ever football game as head coach, he only had 14 players on his team because enrollment in the school was so low. Only 125 kids in the entire school. Since then, they've put a lot of time, effort, and dedication in growing enrollment and, in turn, growing the athletic program. 6 years later, here we are. Southeastern's made a couple city championship games and even a couple state playoff runs. Enrollment is up to over 540 kids in the school. More and more kids are coming out to play sports every single year. John?
Thank you, Lexi. Yeah, did a great job building this program back up. 1995 graduate of Chadsey High School. He was all city and all state, Coach Dinkins. And back to the action. Good kickoff right up and over the top. Gets into the end zone. And so Detroit Central now starting a little deeper in their own zone than they've been used to so far today.
Yeah, difference of field position. And, of course, when we're talking about Detroit Southeastern's head coach, Courtney Dinkins, you got to bring up he played in the Arena League, man.
Oh,
I used to love Arena League football.
The drive.
Oh, when they were checking people into the boards and throwing them into the stands.
The Detroit drive.
My goodness, those were fun games.
I think that was the last football professional championship in the city of Detroit was the Detroit drive.
Yeah, see, Jamie loves them too, man. Bring back Arena football. We need it.
The drive. That's right. The drive and the Panthers. One of those two was the last championship. So Central takes over here. Good handoff inside. Nice tackle. Good handoff to Marcus Brown, running back number 2, also a player coach on the field, mentioned by Coach Macon. But a good open field tackle there by the Jungleers to hold him to about a gain of 6.
Yeah, I liked his initial move there to shed one tackle, though, man. He picked up a nice gain on that. 6 yards. Just a little lateral quickness from DeMarcus Brown.
Yep. So that'll end the first quarter here. A good first quarter, a back and forth, lots of good action here in the city of Detroit. We've got the Detroit Public School League Championship Division II on the line. Detroit Southeastern leads it 6-2 over Detroit Central. And you're listening to us live on the Prep. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back for second quarter action.
I tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission for every borrower is to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating the turbulent market like this needs to be handled by the professionals. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154.
All right, back to the action here. Detroit Central here starting the second quarter. It's going to be a little low and away and outside there as Javion Lewis tried to hit Dante Hicks. That'll be incomplete. That'll bring up third down. A good run right out of the gate on that first down play there by DeMarcus Brown. And now Central faces a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, we'll see what they can draw up to get this done. Maybe a little screen pass and use the aggressiveness of Detroit Southeastern against them. Or, just get Javion Lewis on the outside. Let him use his legs. It's 3 yards. Let him pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let your athletes be athletes.
Roll them out and see what happens. Players make plays. 3 wide outs to the left. Lewis in the shotgun. A little motion here as Hicks is in motion. Inside, there it is, just like you called, stick on cue, as Lewis will use his legs and get that first down.
Yeah, and contrary to what Detroit Southeastern did, they on this little draw play, they were able to use some motion and use some misdirection, and they were able to get a nice run for the first down. And that's what I would keep doing all game long. Until they stop it, keep doing it. That's my theory in football and in life. Until they stop it, keep doing it.
That's right, just keep doing it. Tristan Duncan with a good block on the inside there. So 1st and 10 for Central, trailing 6-2 in this one.
It's an interesting score for a football game.
It really is. Scoregami alert. Changing up the play here is moving receivers over to the other side. DeMarcus Brown in the backfield.
Looks like they're playing man coverage.
Little jet sweep, little handoff. Yep, Hicks has got it. Hicks has got some room. Good move. And he'll be brought down after pickup of about 9, but a lot of space out there, and you get those athletes out in space, and good things will happen.
Yeah, and he picks up a first down on that run, and like you said, you get him in space. I honestly thought he could have stayed a little bit to the outside and maybe gotten a little bit of a more run, but who cares? You picked up the first down, you got a fresh set of downs. Those extra 5 yards hopefully don't come back to haunt you, but you got the first down.
Move those chains.
That's it. That's the name of the game.
And really give your defense some rest too. I mean, I think these schools aren't large schools. When we see Cass Tech and Detroit King, you'll see a lot larger number of kids on the sidelines in terms of you got kids playing both ways, and so anytime you can put some prolonged drives together, it helps in a number of ways.
Iron Man football, baby.
That's right, like the old days. Keeper. Oh, hello. Yeah, that no one bought that fake on that one, as Lewis runs into a wall of white and purple and goes down, no gain.
Yeah, Detroit Southeastern was like, fool me once, that's fine. Fool me twice, ain't gonna happen. Nope. They tried the same misdirection quarterback run up the middle, absolutely stymied for a tackle for a loss.
Stayed home and found Let's see right here. I mean, just a wall of purple. They did not buy that fake whatsoever. Stayed in their lanes, and that's exactly what you found out.
And they really defended it perfect, because even if he hands it off to 22, the defensive end was right there to close that gap. So they played that option perfectly.
Everyone did their job on that play. So 2nd and 10 here for Central. We've got some debris flying in the field of play. Lewis drops, looks, feeling some heat, steps up, looking, firing, ooh, into traffic. Good coverage over there by number 7, Thomas Harris, senior. But you can see the pressure coming out on the outside. Defensive end forced him to hustle a little bit.
And I know this is going to sound weird, but sometimes you can be too good of a teammate. If he picks that up and starts running, he's probably going to pick up 20 yards, but he wants to spread the love, get his teammates involved, get Hardy a pass. Unfortunately, it's incomplete, and they don't pick up the first down. But I think Javion Lewis there just got to understand, hey, be selfish here. Just get the yards.
Yeah, good pressure there by Ernest Hankins on the end. Linebacker coming on the blitz, forced him into hustling a little bit on that pass. So 3rd down and 10 here. 2 good stops by the Jungleers, bringing up a 3rd and long, which is not really what Coach Macon had wanted. You know, he wanted a little more manageable 3rd down yardage. 3 up top. Lewis looking. He's going to fire. He's got a man. Got it. Good throw. Good catch. DeCarlos White found some room out there, and Lewis hit him, and that's a big gain for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and you know the old analogy that people play defensive back because they can't catch? Well, DeCarlos White proves you wrong. Not only is he a great defensive back, he's able to get behind his defender there, wide open, and track the ball in this wind. You can see it kind of push right on him, but over the shoulder. Beautiful catch by number 22,
and a great
DeCarlos
throw.
White.
Yeah, good catch and a good throw. He could have kept running, caught that, and that would have been 6. But a good job all around, pitch and catch. Big gain for Central, and they take it inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Inside handoff, little jet sweep. Nope, nothing doing there. The defensive linemen doing a very good job of holding the line and holding their space, not allowing those misdirection plays.
Yeah, big number 6, Terrence Hayes just blew that entire play up. It was a one-man wrecking crew on that, holding his position on the defensive end, keeping the contain and stuffing that run.
5'11", 215, and used all of it on that one, Stick.
Yeah, he was able to drive his blocker back into the play, too. It was just disrupting everything. That was a great defensive play.
Havoc, causing havoc amongst that line. So lost about 3 there, so we got 2nd down and 13 here for Detroit Central, trailing 6-2 with 8:13 remaining here in the half. And I don't think this is the game that Central was looking for. I think they were looking to come out and really make a statement early. And the Jungleers have done a nice job weathering the storm and playing good, solid defense and offense. Lewis looking, got a man, got it. Good throw, good catch, touchdown. DeMarcus Brown sneaking out of the backfield, and Lewis hits him in stride, and that is pay dirt. Touchdown, Detroit Central.
Yeah, Detroit Southeastern on that only had 1 safety over the top, so you know it's going to be man-to-man coverage, and you see the wide receiver just beat his man. And a great throw over the defender, but into the basket by Javion Lewis on that play. An absolutely great call, just right up the seam.
Yeah, Keith Cohen, outside linebacker, trying to cover DeMarcus Brown. I like the odds of getting Brown out in space and catching that one.
Yeah, put your speed players on a linebacker and just run the go route with them.
Yep. So Central with the PAT.
That's what you love about football. It's almost the ultimate chess match. Knowing the opponent, knowing your own players.
Oh, good kick. Up and good. DeMarcus Brown not only scores the touchdown, but kicks the extra point, Stick.
Yeah, and after this, he's going to cook dinner for everybody. I mean,
I could use a hot dog.
Driving everybody home.
Yep. I mean, I had to park far away. You can go pick up my car if you'd like to.
Yeah, no, he's the man out here. He does everything.
He does it all.
Mr. Do everything. And you see him there getting ready to kick off, too. So just stay on the field, young man.
Exactly. So good drive there. Very sustained drive. That started all the way back at their 20 with the kickoff that went into the end zone. So an 80-yard drive for the Trailblazer results in a touchdown and an extra point. And they take the lead here 9-6. Let's take a look at the Central team profile, Stickman.
Yeah, they're a co-ed public school here in the Detroit Public School League. Head coach J.B. Mason, 5th season, 2021 DPSL 2 champions, and Antonio Gates, a 1998 grad basketball player who turned in to one of the best tight ends to ever play in the NFL. And, of course, his son last year played for Fordson and went on to Michigan State University. But a great representation is Antonio Gates.
For sure. Block out in the end zone, catch it, score. So back to the action. Kickoff here. Jungleers. Jason Matthews running all the way to the other side of the field. Takes it out to the 35. So a important possession here, I think, for the Jungleers. The defense was on the field for a long time during that drive. Now they got to come back out, a lot of them playing two ways on offense. So you'd like to see them pick up a couple of first downs at a minimum, just to kind of give them some rest a little bit.
Yeah, for Detroit Southeastern, I mean, this is not the game you expected. You come in undefeated. You're going against a 4-2 team, and here they go.
Exactly. Little inside handoff there, nothing doing. Picked up maybe one. They're going to give him. They're going to give him one. So we got 2nd down and 9 now for the Jungleers. The flags blowing in the distance.
Especially over there at Hardwell Field too. You can see. Look at those flags.
Oh yeah, those are moving.
They are snapping.
This is the first of 2 games tonight down here at Tom Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State. Detroit Public School Championships Division 1 and 2. Inside handoff there, Isaiah Clemens. Moving the pile, that's what he does.
Yeah, and another good run up the middle. You don't think that's going to turn into much, maybe a 1-2 yard gain, and next thing you know, he's got 4 or 5 and makes it a manageable 3rd down.
Churning his legs. So manageable 3rd down, 3rd and a long 5, I'd say.
Give it that.
Maybe 6. Let's see what the scoreboard says. Up 5. Clock ticking, 6:26 left in the half. Jungleers, and they go to Clemens. They're going to get a face mask? Yep, we're going to get a face mask as the referee's flag flies over his head
and
onto
backwards.
the track. Yeah, that was interesting. Back into the left.
Into the wind, man.
So we're going to get an automatic 1st down here for the Jungleers.
Yeah, that was a clear face mask. Easy to call by the official.
In high school, is it 5 or 15?
15.
It's just automatically 15, so there's no 5.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yeah, that's a hefty gain, too.
Yeah. Yeah, 3rd and 5, and now you're picking up 15 yards, automatic 1st down into Trailblazer territory. Let's take a look at it here. Who got it? Oof. Yeah.
And that's one of those, the guy's coming by you, you're trying to fight off a block. You throw your left hand out there to grab onto something, and unfortunately you grab the face mask. And
I think that was Tristan Duncan, I believe, number 55.
Gets called.
Yeah, good run there. Good vision. Nice little hop skip to the left there. Hole was closed. Little skip to the left and found a little gap. That's a good run. I mean, that right there, even though, like you said before, it's those shorter runs, but I mean, that was good vision there by a good running back.
Hey, if I can get a running back to average 5 yards a carry, I'm going to be happy every day of the week. But you're right, his lateral quickness is what makes him special. And then when he gets going north and south, he's able to stay low to the ground and just drive people.
Yeah, that was an impressive run. So, again, 5 yards. 5 and 5, that gets you 1st down. Stick. No math major, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Shakes a tackle. Keeps the pile moving, but Central was there on that one to hold him short of the 1st down. We're going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Jungleers. 5:20 remaining here in the half. And I think this is exactly what the Jungleer head coaching staff needed. Move the chains a little bit, get moving, and now get an opportunity to put some points on the board before the end of the half.
Yeah, you saw Detroit Central with an opportunity to make a tackle in the backfield, but Isaiah Simmons does a good job twisting his body to make himself thin to get through.
Oh, big hole. He's going to get there. Look out. That big hole. You could see that one coming all the way. And Isaiah Clemens says, hey, I got an open here. I'm gone.
And you know what? He's like, I've shown you my lateral quickness. I've shown you how I can turn and make myself small. Here, I'm going to show you my burst. A little bit, then boom, right through the hole.
Yep, that was a good run. Good blocking in there up front by the Jungleers offensive line. He probably was surprised there weren't people waiting for him. He found that hole and said, I'm gone. So a good drive by the Jungleers continues. 25-yard line here, 1st and 10. Julie Lindell looking up top. Just a little overthrow. Had a step.
Yeah, they were working on that pass, too, in the pregame warm-ups, and they hit it several times, and you wonder just how much the wind is affecting those deep passes now. If you want to even try to not risk it and maybe just go with some shorter intermediate passes. Yeah. But either way, I like the aggressiveness.
Especially in that corner over there. But, yeah, you got to spread the defense out. You can't let them sitting on Clemens all game long. And so even an incomplete pass, is a positive in terms of the bigger picture of what you're trying to do offensively. But then just give it right back to the man, and he's going to pick up another 5 yards.
Pretty much, yeah, 4.5, 5 yards, and Mr. Consistent there. And once again, just reading the line of scrimmage, like he's not hitting the line at full speed. He's just kind of coming up to the line, reading where the hole is. You see it right here. Okay, big hole straight up. All right, I'm going to try to run over my defender. And he's just taking what the defense is giving him. Just a smart, methodical runner.
He's a smart, methodical. That's good. Good way to put it. There he is again. Oh, Hicks can't get there. Hicks catches some. Hicks with some speed. That was speed on speed with that one, with Dantes Hicks just catching him by the shoestrings as Clemens had visions of the end zone.
Yeah, he was definitely going to score on this play, but like you said, Hicks with his speed, able to get him in the backfield, able to just catch him.
So that's going to bring up, he did not get the first down. That was pretty close.
Got a timeout on the hands. We will take a break with them right here on the Prep. Detroit Central leading Detroit Southeastern 9-6 live from Tom Adams Field at Wayne State.
All right, let's take a look at the Detroit Southeastern Jungleers profile. Division II, Division 5, enrollment 542. Head coach Courtney Dinkins, a 6th season. Last city championship 2020. Alumni Bart Scott, 1998 grad, all-state in football, lettered in 4 sports. Southern Illinois University Hall of Fame. He's done a great things, lots of things. Southeastern High School donor. The field named in his honor. And Bart Scott, a talented football player, and gives back to the community often.
And, of course, one of the best drops of all time. Can't wait.
That's right.
Gotta love Bart Scott.
We're going to get a timeout now by Central.
Looks like it. They wanted to see what
they're going to do.
Southeastern.
We got a little chess match going on down there, don't we, Stick?
Yeah, they were coming out to see what Southeastern was doing. Then they were able to take a timeout. So now the coach gets to draw it up and figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah, 3:38 left. It's, we're getting close here. This is a good battle. You and I mentioned at the break, this is a good game. Both teams playing well. Good coaching going on. A lot of decisions being made. A lot of adjustments being made as well.
And both teams playing to their strength. You're getting a lot of Isaiah Clemens, which we knew coming into the game. Detroit Central knew they had to stop him, but we're seeing him a lot on this drive. And then you flip over to the other side, Javion Lewis, the guy we highlighted to start the game. He's had an incredible performance today, not only with his arm, but with his legs.
Yep.
So, and DeCarlos White with the big catch, who we highlighted earlier too. So the stars are showing up here in the championship game, and that's what you expect.
Right.
Big-time athletes show up at big-time moments, and that's what's going on here at Tom Adams Field today.
Leave it all on the field. That's all you can do. The only person you need to answer to is yourself at the end of the game. Did you give it everything you got? That's all you need right there. So 4th down, big play here.
Big 4th down.
Dueling timeouts, and we're back at it now. Julian Lindell, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to push the pile forward, and he's going to get it.
He handed off to the fullback
Did
on
he?
that.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
first
see
man
it. Yep.
through.
Okay. Is that Cohen? Yep, Keith Cohen. Keith Cohen moves the pile in a 1st down for the Jungleers now. at the 12, trailing 9-6 with 3:28 left here in the half. Clemens, hole, running inside the 5. Strength on strength, helmet on helmet.
Yeah, Isaiah Clemens was able to use his quickness there because they had some penetration in the backfield. Almost got him right there, big number 55, but able to use his strength and head through the hole, pick up a nice first down, and this is a good position to be in. You're 2nd and 1. You're 5 yards away from the goal line. You can run any play you want right now, knowing that you got a 3rd and short coming up.
Yep. Tristan Duncan there had a hand on him. Oh, they sniffed that one out as Dante Hicks jumped it, and they'll haul him down. But Tristan Duncan was in there, had a hand on him before.
And I see Detroit Southeastern doing what they're doing there. You know, you hand it to your workhorse. But to me, that 2nd and 1 is kind of like a play down.
Yeah.
You get to do whatever you want with it. You want to run a reverse? Go ahead. You want to try something, a bubble screen that you haven't done all game? Try it out, because you're going to be in this position no matter what.
3rd and 1 now. They can get a first down without getting into the end zone. 2:45, fires. Quick hitter, a little slant on the inside there, trying to hit Antonio Mayo. Did not connect, and now it's going to bring up another 4th down for the Jungleers. Tipped. You got a tip?
Yeah, got tipped by the linebacker. And, you know, that was supposed to be a play-action pass, but they didn't really sell the play-action on that, and that's why the linebacker was there. He wasn't trying to close. Another timeout here at Tom Adams Field, and we're going to take another timeout with them. Central 9, Southeastern 6, live on the Prep PSL 2 Championship.
Carry number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
All right, we're back. Big play here in the first half. 4th down and 1. Jungleers on the 5-yard line. 4th and 1. Big play here, I'll tell you.
Yeah, especially going into the half. This is going to dictate some of the momentum. You know, Clemens has 18 carries on the day.
Shotgun, they go right to him, and he's going to get it. Did he get it?
Very close.
Very close.
Depends on where they spot it.
They are not even going to measure it. They're going to say, no, he didn't get it. I think that at least give him a...
He needed to get to about the 3.5, but he only made it to about the 4-yard line. So
let's take a look here.
Turnover on downs.
Who got in there, made the tackle. Good play there. You can see him go low.
Ooh, that's a tough spot. That's a tough spot that they got because they spotted at the 4-yard line. You could tell he fell to about the 3.5. That still would have been close, but either way, it's a stop on 4th down. A big stop by Detroit Central, and now they got 2:36 left on the clock to score before the end of the half.
Sebastian Pamplin got in there, number 88. You can see him go low as Clemens was looking to get that first down. Spot, what are you going to do? Need a little bit more, didn't get it. So Central holds with 2:36 remaining in this one. We're going to get an offside here.
Looks like a false start.
A false start there on Tristan Duncan. The Dancing Bear, as he was referred to by his head coach.
Not sure that that's a term of endearment or you should be terrified.
One of the two, but he was dancing on this one, and it was offsides.
Yeah, just a little too excited to hit his opponent. Yep. That's okay. It's football. You should be excited to hit the guy across from you.
That was actually 52, so I'm going to take it back from the Dancing Bear, and that was Keyshawn McGaffey, who was offsides. 2:34 left in the half. Central leading Southeastern 9-6. PSL Championship Division II on the campus of Wayne State. Look out! Ooh, almost a safety there as Lewis kept it. He got caught in the end zone, but was able to muscle his way out, prevent a safety.
Yeah, Zach Moody was able to get in the backfield there and tackle him, and he's lucky it wasn't a safety.
Right
and
there.
That would have been 2 safeties in one game that we've seen.
Yahtzee.
If you had that on your scorecard at home, let me know.
That's right. All right, so 2nd and 12, and they are dangerously close here, sitting at about the 2-yard line here. You don't want to make a mistake. I mean, this is the big thing right now. Coach Macon does not want to see. Here comes the heat, the heat, the heat. As he gets rid of it, boy, he was fighting for that one. As that was a tough one. Good call on the full-out blitz by the Jungleers, and they had Javion Lewis wrapped up.
It just shows his strength, able to break
right
one
there.
tackle right there and just hold on and get the pass off, and even direct it towards somebody so it's not
grounding in the end zone.
grounding.
Yep. So now it brings up 3rd down and 12 from that same spot. You know, what do you look to do here?
I don't know. I mean, you just want to get some yardage and keep it going a little bit. Give yourself
Run some clock.
Yeah, maybe a punt on 4th down. But you know what? You got the athletes too. They're in that man coverage, nobody deep. Maybe you try another pass.
Jungleers are coming again. They're coming again. Oh, he's got to beat one man. Oh, what a tackle! What a tackle! And they're going to pick up a safety. They're going to give him the safety. What an open field tackle against a great athlete to secure the safety. What a play.
That's an interesting call on the safety because clearly he had the ball out of the end
Chris
zone.
Crumsey with a great play, I think, over on that side.
I thought he was going to call a fumble on
Watch
that in a
this.
return.
Look at this play. That is a heck of a tackle.
So that ball was clearly across the line. I'm not sure how they called that a safety. Maybe because his other arm was down.
No, because he's laying on top of him. See, he's not even down.
Yeah, that should not have been a safety. That ball should be down.
It's either at the 1 or it's a
line.
fumble.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But a great tackle, though, by Crumsey. Open field against an athlete like that. Coaching staff giving him some props on that sideline because a great stop. Not only a stop, they pick up 2 points. 9-8.
Yeah, closing the gap, 9-8, and they get the ball back with 1:41 left in the game.
2-out single brings him 2 runs, and now we sit at 9-8, Stick. But a good battle, both teams fighting extremely hard. Matching safeties again. Timeouts. I think they've got 1 left.
Yeah, each team has
Each team has 1 left. So the Jungleers with 1 left, and they're going to pick up the ball here with 1:39. Good kick. Much needed. Good tackle, open field tackle there, as Jashawn Matthews for Detroit Southeastern tried to break that tackle and get into the open field, but we got 1:34 left for the Jungleers. 1 timeout. See what they can get here before the end of the half. House money.
And you know they're going to be aggressive with it. You know, like you said, they're playing with house money. You have the offensive players to do it. You have the athletes. So why not put pressure on Detroit Central? You've been trailing the entire game. Go into the half leading. I think that would be a great momentum for your team.
So let's see what we got here. 1:34 remaining. And now looking, firing.
Oh!
Whoa, you come up with that?
What a catch.
Wow. Mayo again.
One-handed over his defender. And I love how the quarterback was keeping his head down the field the whole time. A lot of times when you get to running, you put your head down. But here you go, one-handed
What a
catch.
great catch by, that wasn't even Mayo, that was Thomas Harris. It's not 2, that was 7.
Give that man his credit due. Thomas Harris with a beautiful catch.
What a catch. And they hustle up to the line. They're going to keep going here. We're going to get a hold. Uh-oh, be careful. We're going to get a hold on the Jungleers. A little late there, a little close on the sideline. But no flag on that one. We've got one sitting back out by the 45.
Yeah, they started hitting them in the field of play, so it went out of bounds, but it started in bounds, and they'll give them that leeway.
Yep. We get a holding on Southeastern. That'll back them up. Let's see if we can see the hold Little lineman grabbing some jersey. Yep, right there. Yep. He's grabbing helmet and jersey on that side over there.
And that's tough for a lineman because you're trying to get your assignment right in front of you. The quarterback starts moving, and the defense changes position and where he's running, and you're just trying to stop him.
Heads up. Oh, man. That is a big hit on the blitz by Hicks.
My goodness, Hicks.
That is blindside city. Tough hit. Wow, let's take a look at that one, Sick.
Yeah, the quarterback's facing him. He saw him coming. He just got completely nailed.
Held on to the ball.
Isaiah Clemens was supposed to come up and clean up that block, but I don't think anybody's going to catch him. That speed coming off the edge, my goodness.
Yeah, Clemens didn't catch him. So clock ticking here, 55 seconds remaining in the half, and I think Jungleers more than likely just kind of want to run some clock after that hit, because I mean that could have been disastrous with that hit and the fumble.
Yeah, it definitely was an impactful hit. One of the hardest hits I've seen in high school football this year.
Little screen. Uh-oh! They're going to fumble down. Well, that was the mistake we weren't looking for, as Tristan Duncan is going to pick up the errant screen pass with the interception.
Yeah, he was just keeping his eye on the quarterback and scraping, following the lineman that was supposed to block him, and next thing you know, it's right in his bread basket. And he's running down the field. He didn't really know what the heck to do with it. He has it in one hand like a loaf of bread. Oh, you love when the big fellas get the shine.
So now it's opportunity time here with 31 seconds left. Central's got a timeout. And how quickly the tide has turned here from a momentum standpoint. Lewis looking, got a man, touchdown. Wide open on that one. Great throw, great catch. Anthony walks into the end zone. And a quick turn of events here at the end of the half. Not what Detroit Southeastern wanted.
And I absolutely love that play call from Detroit Central's coach. You know, you get the big turnover, you got some momentum on your side. Why not go for the direct score?
Beat his man on the inside there, and that's going to be a great throw by Lewis. Perfect. Led him perfectly.
And let's not forget Dantes Hicks with the big block as well.
Right.
You know, not only did he do his thing getting that big sack, but also there on the other end getting the big block.
Yeah, for sure. Hicks has been all over the field, playing both sides, doing a number. We're going to go for two as Lewis. They're going to go for two here as they lead 15-8. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. 25 seconds left.
It's like encroachment on the defense.
You got to be a little shell-shocked, I think, if you're on that Jungleer sideline. You got the ball with the lead. And the next thing you know, it's in your end zone. And now you're going to go into halftime trailing.
Yeah, well, they were down 9-8. So I mean, they were down going in. But either way, like you were saying.
So 2-point conversion here for Central. As Javion Lewis hooked up with Anthony Walk. And here we go, rolling out, looking, got him, avoided the pressure and threw a strike.
To who else?
There you go, that man again, Mr. Hicks. Boy, what a half for Hicks. He really has been all over the field. Offensively, defensively, special teams, he's been doing it all.
Yeah, well, he set the tone on that drive with the big hit on the defensive end. Then you saw it with the big block on the play for the touchdown. And then you see him completing the 2-point conversion on that one as well.
What a half.
What can't he do?
What a half. Great catch. And so what a quick change of events here as Central now is going to take the lead. 17-8, 24 seconds left. And really, it goes back, you know, Coach Macon for Central said those little mistakes, and it goes both ways. Little mistakes on one side, little mistake on the other side, penalties, turnovers, you know, but it takes the other team the opportunity to take advantage of those turnovers, and that's what Central has done.
There's a look at that man right there. He's got to go into halftime feeling good about himself. That hit, man, you got to put that on tape and send it to every college. Even if you already are committed, say, hey, here's what you missed out on to all the other people who didn't sign you.
Yeah. Unabated to the quarterback.
Oof. Nice hit.
That was good. Clean. I think that's, we've seen a lot of good, clean hits in this game, which I think is good to see,
Right.
Not leading with your head, no cheap shots. I think it's been a very well-played game, from that perspective.
Yeah, and that's a compliment to the coaching on both sides of the ball. They have both these teams. Obviously, when you're in the championship game, you have some high-caliber players.
Little swib. He's going to bounce it off him. Loose ball. Look out. Central's got it. I think Central's got it. They do. Smart play again, taking advantage of the emotion. Kick goes off the Jungleer player, and it's free on the ground, and Central's going to come up with it with 18 seconds left.
And from what I learned last drive of Coach Jamie Macon, he is going to go for it all on this very first play coming out after a big turnover. But you see right there, you love that strategy. That wasn't really a squib kick. It was kick the ball right at the opponent and hope it bounces off of him.
Yeah, he's either got to make a play or it's going to hit him and bounce back towards us. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, Coach Macon, he didn't do that just to run out the clock. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that was a designed, targeted kick.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So 18 seconds left here. Central trying to get more before the end of the half. They're going to bring some pressure. Look up in the air. It's going to be picked off.
Yes,
it is. Good coverage. But the pressure really was the key on that one, as you see that Lewis took a hit at the end of that play because the Jungleers came with some heat.
Yeah, they definitely did, but you knew they were going to take a shot for the end zone, and you love to see it. Anytime you get a big momentum shift, just go for it. Why not? That's like a long punt. You're pinning your opponent, 11 seconds left. No harm, no foul. You had a free possession anyways off the kickoff.
Yeah, he took a good hit there, got it up there. And, somebody's got to make a play. You can throw it up there, right? Just like you said. I mean, it's just like a punt. There's 11 seconds left. No harm in taking that shot for sure, and I think that was the goal. Let's bounce it off somebody, pick it up, and then fire it up. So 11 seconds left in the half. I'll tell you, this last part of the second quarter is taking quite a long time.
Yeah, lots of
action.
Yeah, that's what happens. Turnovers, touchdowns.
Jungleer inside handoff, and this man has had a good half as well. Good hit as Isaiah Clemens is going to end the half as he started it with a run and a good pickup, but that's going to do it here. Nope, 4 seconds left. They're going to run the clock out, and that'll do it.
Yeah, Isaiah Clemens with 20 carries on the half for 41 yards.
That is tough sledding.
It is tough sledding. 2 yards of carry, but they're going to keep feeding him all game long, and that is your score. Heading on into halftime, Detroit Central 17, Detroit Southeastern 8. It is halftime here at Tom Adams Field. We're going to check in with Lexi Ayala next right here on The Prep.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Coach, you told me pregame you wanted to stop Southeastern's run game, and with about 2:30 left in the game, you forced a turnover on downs when they were at the goal, and then everything started going your way. What happened? What changed the momentum?
Well, the momentum was when they stopped them. They made a great defensive stand down there at the goal line, 4th and goal, so that helped us turn it around, and then we started executing offensively and got the ball moving up down the field to get that score in there.
Executing offensively, QB Javion Lewis. He's been doing a good, solid job, made a couple mental mistakes. What do you want to see from him in the second half?
Well, just, he's a mature guy, so, he'll know not to try to take everything in his own hands and just let the team play with itself.
And what's the message to the entire team at half?
The entire team at half, hey, finish the game, and let's finish up, and, the game is so we can win this ball game.
Perfect. Good luck second half, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lexi. Interviewing the coach of Detroit Central there as his team has his team, or as that coach has his team up 17-8 over Detroit Southeastern here at Wayne State. So far, been a pretty good first half. Physical football. Turnovers have been kind of the case of the first half right now, and that's what's caused some major swings in this game as well.
For sure, yeah, very exciting. You're playing for a championship. You want the boys playing hard, hitting, and being all over the field, and both teams have done that for sure.
Yeah, and we will come back with some highlights and some scores from around the MHSAA if there's other 4 o'clock games today, right here on The Prep.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Detroit Central leading Detroit Southeastern 17-8 at the PSL2 championship game here at Wayne State Tom Adams Field. We were able to catch up with Courtney Dinkins, the coach for Detroit Southeastern, before the game, and here was some of his thoughts and insight.
Courtney Dinkins, Detroit Southeastern High School, year 6 head football coach. The best part this year coaching these guys is the team camaraderie. It started in the wintertime, continued in the spring and summer. 7-on-7s, a couple of out-of-town trips. So it went pretty well with the team. So just seeing them come together as a brotherhood and as one. So that's the best part of coaching this team this year. It's really good. One of the things that's happening, we get more community involvement. So winning brings out everybody. Everybody wants to be a part of a winner. So with that being said, we get administration that are happy to come to games. Kids want to come to games. Players want to perform for the people that come watch them play. So it's bringing that school pride back. You got old alumni that call me or contact me and let me know, like, hey, I'm coming to the game. I need tickets. Bart Scott mom always contacting me and say, hey, Bart telling me let y'all do good. Do a good job. So it's going pretty well. So the school pride of Southeastern is really good. Bart has been a very important part of this program. Him, as well as Will Golston and Jonathan Hankins. So those guys have donated, given back, bought uniforms. Bart has purchased weight room equipment. So they have given back so many things. A couple of years ago, we went down to Reading to play them in the state playoff game, and Bart purchased hotels for us so we wouldn't have to leave early in the morning. So they're doing great things for the school. So as long as we continue doing what we have to do for a program and make sure the guys are safe, I'm sure those guys will continue to give back to the program as much as they possibly can. Run first. Heavy run. We got a tailback. He rushed for 1,300 yards this year. So he's been toting the mail for us, doing a pretty good job. He doesn't mind running the ball 20, 25 times a game. And then with that comes, offensive linemen. So they love doing their job. They love getting dirty. They love making holes and doing what they have to do. Defensively, fly around, attack, try to get as many guys to the ball as possible, getting guys to the ground. No matter, I don't care how you get them to the ground, as long as they get to the ground. And that's the main key to our success thus far. Hopefully it continues on Friday when we play Central. The first word that comes to mind is tough. No matter what nobody says, when people say about Detroit football, it's always tough when you come from the PSL. Tough, athletic. So me going to school in Kentucky, the first couple of things they said, like, man, you play quarterback and safety? Yeah, I play quarterback and safety. So, you be versatile because every school doesn't have 40, 60, 70 kids on there. So you're going both ways. So that's the word that we get. Some people say Detroit is not a football city, but I totally disagree. You know, I believe you can get some of the better talent. If you look at some of your NCAA rosters, you get a lot of talent from Detroit, other than just, you know, the surrounding areas, but you get a lot of talent from Detroit. So it just shows the commitment that the coaches are doing here in the city, and just continue to put out a good product to get guys in college. Show them mistakes. You know, football, and I tell the kids all the time, it's the little things. It's not the big things that lose you football game. It's the little things, a small play here, a small play there. And just going over the mistakes that we did for that game, and just rehearsing them and letting them know, like, hey, this is something you can't do. This is what you need to do. And just making sure they do the proper technique on whatever's being called, and execute the play. You know, if we put you in position to make a play, no one understands that you can make that play. You know, so it was just the smaller things that had us lose that game.
Jimmy Macon, Detroit Central High School, head coach of the varsity football team. Well, my second stint here, you know, it's been wonderful somewhat. You know, I had to start all over from scratch, and, you know, I started off with an 18-man crew, and we didn't have a JV the first year, and then turn around the last few years we've been having a JV, and the numbers then came up to like 22 on JV and 28 on varsity. So it's a good thing about that. The extent, you know, this season, as far as we working this year, it's been a lot of ups and downs, but the seniority and experience that we have had over the last few years, the kids have grown to become more mature, and we know how to fight through all adversities and make sure things works in that direction. Well, the great thing about, you know, the dynamic duo, trio, whatever you want to call it, I call it, you know, that magnificent five, you know, and with the thing about those guys, man, they really know how to work and gel together. They also play Little League together, so that helps out a lot. And, you know, they from this area, so they like, you know, the camaraderie of knowing that they can win together and play together as far as their last few years of high school, as well as what they did with Little League. So that's the great thing behind it. It's always been the tradition over here at Detroit Central. We wanted back in the day powerhouses that always kept everything going athletic-wise as far as all the sports. And we got many, you know, coaches that really inspired us, you know, from our youth, from when we played in high school and so forth, which was David L. Sneed, Dr. David L. Sneed, who was the superintendent, was, you know, coaching here, and I was under his tutelage, as well as Woody Thomas also, who I was under tutelage, which is a Hall of Fame coach here. And now we got guys that's in the Hall of Fame as we speak, such as Eric Smith and Thomas Welcher in the Hall of Fame now, and, you know, they inductees as well, soon to be a couple of more other guys like Crowell, Robert Hunt, you know, Eric Kroom, and, you know, he's a guy over there that's, you know, coming from the professional level playing, you know, coaching as well. And, you know, we got those guys, Harold Harris, and, you know, so forth like that, you know, that's been, you know, pushing hard, you know. So that's the great thing about it. The special thing is that it's more or less like close-knit family. They understand for what's what, you know, they bond together weekly, daily. You know, they always each other's house, or, you know, the moms and dads taking on everybody. And, you know, they be on, you know, on themselves and everybody else just as well as they, you know, if they're their little brother or something like that. So that's the great thing about it, you know, growing together. Well, it's very important because you want to still stay strong as far as making sure that we stay undefeated, but we also keep mind on, you know, making sure that we do the right things to, you know, not to make the mistakes, and stay motivated as far as going to the higher level as far as the state championship. Key to winning this game is going to be stop the run, defense. So, you know, we stop the run and we do the things we're supposed to, I think we'll come out victorious.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to Wayne State Tom Adams Field. We are live on the prep for the PSL 2 championship game. Detroit Central leading 17-8 over Detroit Southeastern. And let's catch you up on how we got here. It's been a fun game, interesting game, lots of scoring going on, a couple safeties, and we'll get to those right now. Check out the first half highlights, and here it is, the first safety of the game. And there goes that man, Dantes Hicks, already making plays in the game. That would be a precursor for what's to come later in the half. And that puts Central up 2-0. And then here we go. Detroit Southeastern responds with the little RPO action around the edge for a touchdown to go up 6-0. And then the athleticism started to get on display. Big catches all over the place. You're seeing Javion Lewis on the run. And then, of course, one of the best defenders in the state turns into best offender in the state. DeCarlos White with the big reception, and that got him into scoring position. Unfortunately, they didn't score, but on the next drive, they were able to get this pass complete for the touchdown to take the lead 9-6. And then another safety. This is a controversial safety, though. We were talking about it. Looks like the ball just gets out of the end zone, but the officials called him down in the end zone, calling it a safety. Could have been a fumble, return for a touchdown, too. So I guess kind of the middle of all evils there is the safety. And then, of course, the big play right here. Quarterback scrambling. The one-handed catch by number 7, Thomas Harris, an absolute highlight reel that he is going to have for the rest of his life. And this hit right here, something special. Mr. Hicks off the edge, unblocked, absolutely clearing house, perfect tackle, helmet to the side, shoulder pad to the chest, and taking down that man. And that was kind of a shift in momentum because right after that, Detroit Central got the ball back, and they were able to run this little seam route for the touchdown. Number 7, again, Mr. Thomas Harris doing his thing. And then, of course, on the 2-point conversion, there goes that man again, Dantes Hicks, open as always for the 2-point conversion. And that led us to where we are now, 17-8. And we're about a minute 14 away from the start of the second half here at Tom Adams Field in Wayne State. What do you think about that first half?
I thought it was exciting. I mean, both teams played extremely hard, extremely well. Little mistakes here and there. I think that's something we talked about in the opening. And both teams took advantage of those mistakes. Southeastern, had the ball and looking to get more before the end of the half, and they turned the ball over with that screen pass interception by Tristan Duncan, and then led to the final touchdown there by Central.
Yeah, you love to see the big men get that interception,
Rumbling,
too.
stumbling, bumbling, right?
Big number 55, man, and then he was carrying around like a loaf of bread. Unfortunately fumbled, but they were able to keep the ball, keep the possession.
He maybe tried to pitch it. We didn't know what he was doing with it, but they ended up scoring on that anyway. But, yeah, I think, you look at a championship game, and that's what you want. You want both teams giving their best effort and playing very well, and I think the athletes are making plays. I thought Hicks was really stood out on the field.
Yes.
And you look at, Isaiah Clemens and 20 carries for 40 yards, somewhere in that range. But it was a hard-fought 40 yards, and it made a difference. I mean, so, you look at that stat line and you go, he's getting bottled up. But what he does and what the defense has got to pay attention to him. And so I think he's key in there, and I think trying to get him free in the second half is really what they're going to want to do.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the stats from the first half. Score, obviously, 17-9 Central. First downs dead even at 9 for each team. Rushing, 14 attempts for Central for 94 yards, 25 attempts for Southeastern for just 11 yards. That is a telling stat. Passing yards, 84 for Central, 39 for Southeastern. Passing attempts, they were 3 of 10 and 7 of 2. And just overall, a pretty even game when you're looking at the statistics outside of those rushing numbers. I mean, 11 yards to hold Southeastern to 11 yards rushing for Central. That's got to be a big feather in their cap and something that they're looking to do coming into the second half, too. And that's what they talked about. We need to stop the run.
Yep, they need to stop Clemens. I think the one thing that jumps out at me is the time of possession. You see it down there, 11 minutes and 41 seconds possession for Central, and then 11:55 for Southeastern. And so, both teams had the ball pretty much the same amount of time. It's just Central made a couple more plays, and that's why they're in the lead here at halftime.
Well, it's yet to play out. We are about a minute or two away from action here in the second half. The PSL 2 championship game going on at Wayne State Tom Adams Field. Detroit Central versus Detroit Southeastern. We will be right back. It's Gridiron Game Day on the Prep.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Coach, your running back, Isaiah Clemens, of course, he's the main guy, but he's getting those 4 or 5 yard runs. How do you get him to break away for a big one?
I just got to keep pushing. Eventually, if they keep going and pounding, they're going to break through. So we can't just abandon the run, but eventually they're going to open up.
Absolutely. And you also told me pregame you wanted to really limit those mental mistakes. So what was the message at half to keep those limited second half?
Same thing like we just told them, hey, you got to limit the mental mistakes. We got to come out and win the second half. If we win the second half, it should be a different ball game.
Great. Sounds great, Coach. Good luck second half.
And here we go, getting ready for the start of the second half at Tom Adams Field, Wayne State University, the home of Joik Bell.
That's right.
I saw his picture on the wall on my way in. Used to work with Joik, great guy, family man, beast of a running back. That guy, I'm telling you.
Ran over people.
Yeah, he played in my softball league, and he had to bat left-handed just so he wouldn't hit a home run. That's how strong that man is.
Hey, if you were the catcher and he was coming around third base, just get out of the way.
I'd take him on. I'd die, but I'd take him on.
Right.
Joik Bell, a tremendous running back who went on to play for the Detroit Lions after working security at Ford Field. One of the best stories. Surprised Disney hasn't picked it up at this point.
Yeah, one of the only running backs in the last decade, I think, to stay healthy for the Lions.
Yeah, and he was there when we finally got a 100-yard rusher with Reggie Bush. That was probably the best 1-2 punch that the Lions have had in the past since Barry Sanders, really.
Yep.
And even with Barry, they didn't have a 1-2 punch. They just had a 1 punch.
Yep. And a great facility here. This is my first time being able to, call a game here, and great facility, great skyline. Real exciting. And this is, we haven't mentioned in a while, but this is game 1 of 2.
Yes.
As we've got the nightcap coming up here against, one of the best rivalries in the state of Michigan, with Cass Tech and Martin Luther King coming up, after this one at 7 o'clock right here on the Prep. So, I don't know where I'd rather be on a Friday night here than in the booth calling these games, but let's get the second half underway, and here we go. Central with the kickoff. Picked up there by number 22, Jay-Sean Matthews. He's got some speed to the outside. He's got some room. Too bad we're going to get some penalty on the play. That's going to be coming back, but a good run by Jay-Sean Matthews. But unfortunately, we're going to get a penalty on Southeastern. That's going to bring that one back, and that's what you typically see on a kick return like that. Guys just getting their hands out and holding on to somebody.
I feel like Matthews is just, like a little bit away from breaking a big one. That's about 2 or 3 times in this game where he's had some angles and he's been able to get through the people pursuing him. But yeah, that's the thing right there, is he's almost there to break it. So we'll see. Maybe he'll break a big one throughout this game.
Yeah. Little block in the back there, right? It was the first block, first man coming through and pushing the back, and that's what you get. So good return by Matthews, but all for naught, as that one will come back. And again, those little things. Now, you may think it's just the start of the second half, but it matters. It all adds up in the end.
Well, the difference between starting at the opponent's 40 and starting at your own 28 is massive.
So I think it's a big possession for the Jungleers coming out of the half. Coach Dinkins mentioned they got to win the second half and you win, and I think it starts right here. And they got to get Mr. Isaiah Clemens going, and they're going to go right to him out of the gate. He's going to spin and break some tackles, and a good gain for Clemens, picking up a little more than his 5.
Man, I'm telling you, that was a great run by Clemens, but Dantes Hicks is slowly becoming my favorite football player of all time.
I think he's there.
Did you see him come in and clean up the end of this play?
Yep.
He is coming in with reckless abandon. He loves the contact. If I'm a college coach, I am definitely putting this kid on my team. That
100%.
motor has not stopped on offense or defense.
Yeah, Dante Hicks Sr. just had a phenomenal game, and you don't want to run his way because he'll make you pay for it. Clemens, big hole, first down.
Ooh.
Shaking tackles as he ran over somebody there in the middle, and he's going to pick up a first down for the Jungleers.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, the size, the speed, the lateral quickness. But you see here the ability to finish a run. He's getting met in the middle of the hole and just throws the defender down and keeps going for about 3 more yards.
Yeah, that was a big run there.
Derrick Henry-esque.
Delonte Smith Jr. met Mr. Clemens and got the worst end of that one.
That's when you put it in your mental notes and say, all right, 24, next time I see you, going to be a different story.
Exactly. Little pass action here. Keeper, trouble, and he's going down. Good pressure, good stay in their lanes by Central, and they're going to get the sack as Julian Lindell couldn't find anybody and then tried to run with it and didn't work out.
And you see
delayed blitz there.
You see big number 55, Tristan Durkin, who
There
had
he
the
is.
interception in the first half. Well, now with the sack, he is racking up the stats in today's game. If you have an independent player in your high school fantasy league, that is the defensive lineman you want.
That's right. You could name your team the Dancing Bears as well, in tribute of Mr. Tristan.
And I love that face mask, too. It's like a pig snout, just angry.
2nd and 18. Big loss on that one for the Jungleers, so they don't need it all back quickly. Trying to get the ball to Clemens in space, they do, but not much of a gain there, just got 1. And so that's going to leave 3rd and long, not a place where the Jungleers want to be.
Yeah, I like the idea there with the screen pass. Just unfortunately, weren't able to execute it too well. A lot of the linemen were way downfield on this. If you see them release early, I mean, you see linemen off the screen already. So surprised that wasn't called for illegal man downfield. But either way, only a yard pickup. So
illegal multiple men downfield.
Yeah, big wide receivers, we'll call them.
2nd and 18. Nope, 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. Scoreboard and the field. 2 different numbers. 3rd and 18 here. Going deep, looking up top. Good coverage, real good coverage on the outside.
Yeah, and on that, Julian Lydell.
Carlos White on the coverage.
On that, Julian Lydell wants to keep it in bounds. Obviously, if you throw it too far out of bounds, you're not even giving anybody a chance. And that's one of those where if you throw an interception, it's okay, right? It's about the same distance as a punt, probably further than we've seen both these punters do it. And, you know, Julian Lydell's also the punter, so he understands what his leg can do.
Yep. Well, that's your man, DeCarlos White. What is he?
He is
best defender.
Best defender in the city is what I'm told.
And that was good coverage. Anthony Mayo's made some good plays for the Jungleers so far as well. Good matchup. So we're going to get a punt here. There's a good kick. It's going to get over his head. Look at this. It's going to find the end zone. It's going to die. That is going to be a great kick, and inside the 5-yard line, down at the 4. As Lindell kicks it, rolls down there, and that's a good break for them. Changing field position right there.
Yeah, I stand corrected. Not as good as an interception. Much better to punt than the interception.
Yeah.
Nice roll, friendly bounce, all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, just lining up a little bit, a little too short, and that's a good break. Especially, you know, coming out of that, second half, not many yards offensively, but they'll change the field position here and make Central go 96 yards.
Yeah, Central's got the players to do it, but you definitely want to make it harder on your opponent as you can. And that's something, you know, going back to Dan Campbell, going for it on 4th down. No, punt the ball, pin them deep,
right.
Make them earn it. Quit giving it to them in your own territory.
That's why you have special teams.
Yes, that's why you have the best punter in the NFL.
And I think they do have a field goal kicker. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see him very much on Sunday.
That's a debate.
It's debatable.
They have a guy that they claim is a kicker. I haven't seen him make anything.
I think I sent a text saying someone's got to have Jason Hansen's number.
I don't even think Jason would come back at this
No,
point.
heck no. Keeper, nothing doing there. A little misdirection there as Lewis pulled it back, tried to go up the middle, but a good defensive stand there by the Jungleers.
Yeah, and overall, the Jungleers have done a good job on defense. You know, 17 points are on the board, but some of those came off turnovers, a safety, which really wasn't the defense's fault. Right. You know, so they've done a decent job. It's just been a back-and-forth ball game with these two, and it's been tough sledding up the middle for both clubs.
Yeah, and you look at Central offensively. I mean, 62 points last game, 45, 35, 43. And so this is a high-octane offense that, you know, really has been kept in neutral for most of the game. Man coverage out here. That's a good catch. You hold on to that. That was a heck of a catch by Harris.
All hands on that. That is textbook catching.
And that was good coverage on top of it. So that's just a good catch.
Yeah, it's just a good skill play by both players. You see him go up, high point the ball, use his hands to snag it and bring it down. He didn't let it come to his chest.
Yeah, great. That was a really, really good catch. Harris on defense, Walk on offense.
First and 10 for the Trailblazers is over the football with 15-yard line.
Coming with some heat, inside handoff. Hicks, nowhere to go with that one. Really not a lot of success, you know, running up the middle that we've seen from Central. Really, you know, we got the long passes that we've seen. We've seen some outside with their speed, but really kind of mano-a-mano, hand-on-hand up the middle. Haven't seen too much.
Yeah, the only time we've really seen success up the middle for both teams is when it's been kind of a fake up the middle, you know, a fake handoff outside to your running back, and the quarterback keeps it and goes up the middle. Yeah. But, yeah, if they're just playing heads-up football, no, both these defenses are tough on those defensive lines.
So second down here, no gain on that play for Javion Lewis. 3 wide receivers. Hicks in the backfield. Get some heat. Look out! Good pressure on the outside. Is that number 6? Yes, sir. Terrence Hayes, middle linebacker. He's just going to come free.
Yeah, and he's had a couple big plays this game, just beating the tackle right there and putting pressure on the quarterback. But he's also had a play where he stuffed a run in the backfield by shoving his blocker in the back into the field of play. So he's out there, he's being active.
5'11", 215. It's a big boy out there with some good speed. Got a good jump on the ball there.
Stout.
And was able to get to Mr. Javion Lewis. He's taking some hits. I mean, no sacks so far that I don't think for the Jungleers, but, you know, they've had pressure. They've had pressure on him. Looking to come again. Going deep. Man coverage. Nice play. Oh, we're going to get 2 flags on that one, but that one looked pretty good from up here. I got to be honest with you. That was pretty good coverage there.
Yeah, it looked like
Tommy Harris.
Thomas Harris got his left hand on the back and pulled the jersey a little. We'll see if we can see it on the instant replay. But I like the aggressiveness out of Detroit Central here. Nice bomb, but watch right here. Pulls the arm. That's tough. That's tough. He pulled his arm to get some leverage.
Yeah. Let's see another one here. He was stride for stride with him. You can't see that hand. Now you got that referee's got a better angle on that side, seeing where that backside hand is.
Yeah.
So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but that was pretty good coverage.
I think the officials have called a pretty clean game, so yeah, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. And they do a great job in the MHSAA. A lot of these guys out here just doing it, you know, because they love the game. And without the officials, these games don't happen.
Gotta respect the officials. You got a shortage in a number of sports as it relates to officiating.
So sign up today if you want to ref.
Ooh, good recovery there by Lewis. Nice play. And that's just Lewis' athleticism, as that snap was very low. He not only picked it up, but still got the handoff and didn't disrupt the timing.
And DeMarcus Brown took it and just ran hard with it. And, you know, it's like the old fumble-rooski play, right? The ball's on the ground, defense loses contain, everybody doesn't know what to do. They start running towards it. Next thing you know, you got a kind of a big play on your hands. So first 9 yards on first down, leading to a 2nd and 1.
So now this is kind of where you go to that playbook. You can kind of do whichever you want to do.
That's what I like to do. On a 2nd and 1, I want to run my trick play. I want to run a reverse. I want to do something that the defense isn't expecting, because I'll take my chances on 3rd and 1.
Sam Stick Day loves those 2nd and 1s.
I do.
The bag of tricks. Stick's bag of tricks.
That's not often you just get to have fun, you know?
There they go. Little misdirection. There's Hicks running hard. First down, Central.
Yeah, and that was a little twist that we hadn't seen before. A little double play action, I guess you want to call it, or double option. The quarterback, no. 2, and handoff. And you pick up the first down.
You really have a lot of weapons. Central's got that senior leadership that we talked about in the opening. You've got a lot of weapons. You got a lot of athletes out there. You can do some different things. You got obviously with Hicks, Brown, and Lewis. Walk on the outside, number 7. So a very talented team. You can see why they're undefeated and why they're in the championship game. 17-8, 5-13. Good sustained drive. Remember, this one started all the way back at the 4-yard line of the Trailblazers. Hicks again stood up. Midfield got whistles early. False start, I believe, on the Trailblazers. Or we got encroachment the other way.
Dead ball foul.
Dead ball.
Encroachment.
Yep.
Defense. It'll be a 5-yard
So the
penalty.
Jungleers stepped over, and so they're going to get 5 yards.
Make it 1st and 5 for the Trailblazers.
Now here's the question: do you like 2nd and 1 or 1st and 5 better?
2nd and 1.
All right.
Give me 2nd and 1 all day long.
I'm going to find something. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to keep trying.
There's nothing better for an OC than 2nd and 1.
1st and 5's pretty good.
It is. But if they get nothing here, then it's 2nd and 5.
There you go. There you go. Point taken.
2 in the hand.
That's right. 1st and 5. Changing the play here. They're coming with the heat again. There it is. Oh, he broke it. This could be a breaker. Get outside. Nice coverage. You see the blitz on the outside. That was Terrence Hayes again. Hicks avoided him, but could not avoid.
Number 1, Dante Hicks again, the ball carrier for
Jeremiah Porter.
Hicks is down right now. Hoping it's just a cramp, but here you see great sidestep getting past the defender in the backfield to even turn that into a positive play. But there is something wrong with his right leg.
I didn't see anything come out of it. He almost fell on the ball, but he is definitely grabbing that right leg. So
it may just be a cramp.
Yeah, it's got to be a cramp.
They're stretching it out. Yep. And, I can understand it if you're Mr. Hicks, but while he's getting stretched out on the field, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Detroit Central leading Detroit Southeastern here at the PSL2 championship game. Wayne State, Tom Adams Field. We'll be right back with Gridiron Game Day on the Prep. Jimmy Macon, that is the man for Detroit Central. We've heard from him at halftime, 5th season, first stint as head coach from 11 to 14. Playing career, high school, Detroit Central. So, he graduated from there, much pride, graduating in '83. College, he played at Jackson State. Coaching career, 29th year coaching high school football, Detroit Central. U of D, Jesuit, Detroit Central again, Allen Academy, and then you can take the man out of Detroit Central, but you can't take Detroit Central out of the man. Here he is again.
Well, you cannot. And don't forget that he likes watching movies, especially comedies.
That's my weakness,
Lewis
too.
with it. Oh, good slant inside.
Uh-oh. He's got the angle.
Hardy's got room. Got a flag on the play.
Definitely looks like it's coming back, but that's going to be another one of those long flags, but could be a first down even after they call the penalty.
A little deeper into the secondary, though. Not typically offensive line holding. Let's see what we're going to get here. But
block in the back potentially.
Yeah.
But nice slant pattern, able to get him, and then there, I thought he had the angle to score. There's your block in the back. Kind of a weak call too, but if those numbers are showing to you, don't even touch them.
Just keep your hands up, because he didn't even do anything.
Don't put your hands up either, though, because sometimes that gets the attention. Like, hey, I didn't do anything. They're like, yeah, you did. You have your hands up.
But in that situation, he was coming the other way. All he needed to do was just stand there. It would just been a pick. He'd have been standing right there.
100%.
And that's too bad.
And breaks up a big play. So that leads, what, 2nd and 5 now, 2nd and 4.
Good catch by Hardy, though, and good speed on the outside. First time we called his name today.
They've targeted him a couple times, just haven't been able to get him going.
Yep.
Sophomore only, so you can tell he's got skills. He's out there alone.
Sophomore. Lewis, pressure, that man again, guess who? Guess who? I'll tell you, Terrence Hayes is all over Mr. Lewis on that backside. They're really struggling on that tackle side. He's getting off the ball and he's getting around him quick.
Yeah, he's tough. He's so low to the ground. He's able to bend his defender right there, just push him to the side and track down the quarterback. That's the thing. It's one thing to get by the tackle. It's another thing to have the speed to track down a guy like Javion Lewis.
Yeah. Quan Montgomery out there. We've seen a couple of people over. That's the 52 has been out there most of the game. Quan Lewis was on that one. That one didn't work out. So they're trying multiple people over there to try to slow down Mr. Hayes.
Tried a quick little pass. Did not work out. Another injury.
Thomas Harris. That's Thomas Harris. Valuable player for Jungleers. Looks like he's cramping up too.
Yeah, we called his name a couple times. Yep. 7-on-7 action right there.
That's right. So more cramping going on. These boys are really giving it their all out there, playing both ways. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's Ironman football, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. And you got to hand it to him. I mean, but it's one of those things when you're a kid, you don't want to be off the field. I was the same way. Like, hey,
put me in, coach.
I will play anytime, anywhere, as much as you want me to play.
You're going to have to drag me off the field.
And like I said, for these seniors, you know, you get one shot at a PSL championship and something that you can carry with you forever. Pat the Stat Bush was talking to us earlier about his state championship in 1972. And he's still bragging about it, showing pictures.
Are we sure it's 72?
That's what he said.
Maybe 62?
No.
52?
50 years ago.
I'm not sure. We're going to have to check on that.
But think about that. In 2072, these kids can be talking about their PSL championship.
2072.
That puts some perspective on that 50
Good
years.
kick. Are they going to get there? Yes. Oh, no. That one's going to fall in the end zone. That was just... They were there, didn't even need to do anything on that one. They nudged it into the end zone themselves. That'll be a touchback.
Yeah, sometimes momentum just gets the best of you. That was an easy down inside the 2,
Good
even
kick.
Inside the 5, but
perfect.
Players kept going, and unfortunately pushed it into the end zone.
Oh, there it goes. And be careful, 34 there. Almost touching it. That would have been a disaster for the Jungleers. Be that as it may, they're going to take over at the 20-yard line here, trailing 17-8, 3:05 left in the third. PSL City Championship, Division II on the line for these two clubs. It's been a good one. Second half, you know, we're changing blows. You know, they're slugging it out here. You know, no points so far in this half.
And that tells me both coaches made good halftime adjustments.
Yep. You're exactly right. I'll give you two guesses who got the ball there.
The man, the myth, the legend, Isaiah Clemens. And once again, you know, not a huge run, but falling forward, picking up 4 yards. He broke contact at the 1 yard line, or at the 1 yard into it.
Yep,
and look, able to fall forward for 3 yards.
Yep. I'll tell you, he's going to need an ice bath or a cryo chamber or something this evening after this one, after the many carries he's going to get.
He's been the workhorse for him all year long, and Detroit Central knew that coming in.
Yep, that's what Coach Macon said. We got to stop him. Quick hitter there, good catch, and a good tackle. That's how you close. DeCarlos White. Catch is fine, but nothing after the catch, and that's exactly what it is. It's a good tackle right there.
And I thought
breakdown.
I thought if he was able to turn to the inside, he may have had him beat, but DeCarlos just comes in and clears house. Yeah, sure tackler. We saw him make a great catch. Another pass defended earlier in the first half. He's living up to the billing, folks.
Good catch by Tommy Harris as well. So third down here. Big play. Oh, good juke outside. That's going to be a first down and more. Look out. There he goes. Great run there. Isaiah Clemens. It was that jump cut again. We've got an injury down on the field Looks like a lower body injury as well because he was holding that leg.
Yeah, let's take a look at this run, though. This is what we were talking about all game long. Coach was saying, hey, how do we keep this going? How do we break it from 5 yards? He's just like, I'm going to keep handing it off, and eventually it's going to break. And that was a long run that gives them a first down near midfield. And we'll take a break with them, too, while the player is down. Detroit Central 17, Detroit Southeastern 8 with 1:47 left in the third. PSL 2 championship at Wayne State, Tom Adams Field. We'll be right back on the Prep.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid.
All right, we're back. He got up quickly and got off the field, and they ran a play. Guess who? Clemens up the middle, picked up about 3.
Yeah, and for Clemens, that's his 24th carry of the game for 23 yards. So that long of 23 is actually what got him on the positive side.
Huh. All right. Second and 6 here. Jungleers looking to pass. He's got time over the middle. Got it. That's going to be a first down. Good look. Sitting down right in the zone. Antonio Mayo, who's had a very good game today as well.
Yeah, that was almost like a nice little jump pass out of the quarterback for Southeastern. Able to get the ball over his line.
Great protection by the offensive line. Gave him time to find him, sit down right in the middle of that defense. And that's going to be a first down for the Jungleers.
Watch this. Over the defender. See? A nice little jump pass. Give him an extra couple inches off the ground. Get it up over the lineman. Love that.
Big boys in the middle. Got to get up and over them. So first and 10 here. We're going to get offsides on Central. As Tristan Duncan wanted to get in there a little bit too quick. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty on Central. Give them first and 5 now for the Jungleers as they're putting together a little bit of a drive here. Really what the doctor ordered as we tick towards the end of the third. 17-8, 20 seconds remaining. Probably the last play of the quarter. Handoff, Clemens. Nowhere to go there, and this one will take us to the end of the third quarter. So a pretty speedy third quarter, no scoring, a lot of good action. Southeastern on the march here as we end the third quarter with Central leading 17-8. 1 quarter to go.
Yeah, that's it. Put the 4s in the air. Fourth quarter coming up, and we'll check in with Lexi Ayala coming back next right here on the Prep. Gridiron Game Day, PSL 2 Championship. Central 17, Southeastern 8.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to the Prep, where we're at Wayne State's campus at Tom Adams Field. I'm Lexi Ayala. For Central's quarterback, Javion Lewis, this is actually his first year, his senior year, as QB1. I know, surprising, right? The kid plays like he's very seasoned in that position. However, last year he was actually a receiver, but head coach Mason said that that's part of the reason that his transition has been so easy. He remembers all of the plays from when he was a receiver, and just being the good, strong athlete that he is with the leadership qualities made it easy for him to execute as field general. John?
Thanks, Lexi. little chilly down there, Lexi. I hope you're staying warm down there because it looks a little breezy down there.
Oh, if you were checking out Lexi Ayala's IG story, it showed her in like a parka with the prep hoodie over it, and she's like, "This is what it looks like when you gain 100 pounds."
The prep hoodie.
Yeah.
See, I've been doing lacrosse, and I haven't been back now. Now I've got all this new gear and all this newfangled equipment. I'm like, unfrozen caveman from Saturday Night Live back in the day.
Well, I'm over here warming the prep hoodie, so I'm sorry about your luck.
I know. That's the way it goes, man.
Thank you, G-Brand.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Inside handoff, Clemens finding space, breaking tackles. Nice run. But Central is all over it. But he's still going to pick up 5 there.
Because that's what he does.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
Yeah, here's a look at that run. And once again, contact almost immediately at the line of scrimmage, but still fights his way forward, breaks that tackle, cuts back, breaks another tackle, runs into Dantes Hicks, and that's where the run ends. And that's normally what happens when you run into Dantes Hicks.
Nice block by Carlos Dubose in there. Left tackle, 6'3", 285. That's a big boy in there. Back to pass, looking, got a man. Had him. Lindell looking for Mayo, and Mayo had room. Just couldn't come up with it. A little bit low maybe, but I think still probably a catchable ball. I think he wants that one back.
Yeah, he was wide open that entire play. We were pointing him out from way up here.
Yep.
If that's on his chest, he's picking up a first down pretty easily. So 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's those little things we keep talking about throughout the game. So now we got 3rd down rather than a first down. We're looking at 3rd and about 5 for the Jungleers. 4-down territory, no question about that in my mind for sure. So at this stage of the game where they are up inside, nothing doing there. Oh, look at it break. Oh, wow. That is one heck of a run, and he's going to get 2 out of the deal. We're going to get a flag on the play from the far sideline, threw it at the pile. We're going to get a face mask on Central. So that extra effort there by Clemens turns into a face mask, and now it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, that was a tackle for loss. He was dead to rights. Right. 2 men on him in the backfield. Breaks that, then able to get a nice little push. It would have been a nice 2-yard gain, but now it turns into 17 yards with the 15-yard penalty tacked on top of that.
He's caught here. Watch him break free, and now we're getting a face mask at the end when he's already held up.
Right there.
Yep. Unnecessary.
Great
little
call.
Things and mistakes leads the Jungleers first down. They can get a first down. Ball sitting around the 11-yard line. We're going to get a timeout here on Central, it appears. As we've got some, we got a timeout here. So let's take a look at Detroit Southeastern's head coach, Courtney Dinkins, his 6th season. Had a good playing career out of Detroit Chadsey, 1995 grad. He was an all-city, all-state. Played at the University of Louisville Cardinal, 3-year starter at defensive back. And there we go, right? The Arena Football League.
That's it.
Coaching career, Southeastern, 6 years. King assistant, won a state championship there. Chadsey assistant, Redford. Robichard assistant as well. Enjoys building Lego sets. That's a fun fact, right? His father Mansfield and his brother Mansfield III are on his staff, so it's really a family affair on the sideline for Detroit Southeastern for Coach Dinkins, and I think he's done a good job. I mean, we talked about, I think Lexi talked about rebuilding the program, getting more kids to come out and play, and now he's got the team in the championship game, and I think hats off to him for everything he's doing.
Yeah, and when you can do that and coach young men up like he has and give them the experience of this, because these organized sports are about more than the wins and the losses. We know that as older gentlemen who've already been through the high school, but then you look back on your high school years and like, wow, those team losses, those teams wins were a big part of my development, learning how to handle adversity, learning how to handle success as well. So it's a great accomplishment for any coach to instill a program like he has.
Yeah, and this whole scene is great when you think about the PSL and the tradition that has always been with football in Detroit, and to see it on this stage and see some of these teams coming back and it just really kind of gets you going. Hopefully we get a good crowd out here tonight. For the second game that we'll have coming up between Cass Tech and Martin Luther King, which will be another good one. But this one's great here, and we are in the middle of it here. We got first down for the Jungleers at the 11-yard line, trailing right now 17-8. Momentum definitely in their direction. A little inside. Ooh, good throw. We're going to get a flag on the play, so we're going to get interference.
Oh, no.
That's where you're going to get that backhand again, I think, on the inside.
And Carlos White is down. That is a big, big thing. It looks like he's holding his wrist or his arm as well. As we know, he's been touted as the best defensive player in the city, and you can see him here. Good coverage.
He's got his hands on him.
Yeah, you don't know what happened to that wrist underneath,
like he
though.
fell. Yeah, looks like he fell. The receiver fell back on his wrist.
But he is up now. He is good. All right, that is great news for Detroit Central. And for all of us as football fans. You don't want to see a guy with a caliber like that come out of the game.
No, not at all. So Jeremiah Porter was the receiver there, number 9. Had a step on the inside. A good throw by Lindell. Inside. Oh, keeper, touchdown. He's in. Yes, sir. Who was the lead blocker on that one? Mr. Clemens. As Julian Liddell follows his A-star back into the end zone, and the Jungleers strike first here in the second half, even though it's in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been talking about how the runs up the middle aren't very successful unless you do a little trickery. That was a little trickery. You know, you fake the handoff to Isaiah Clemens and just follow right behind the big guy. Because, you know, if he's a great runner, you put him in a blocking position, he's going to run you over too.
Yeah.
So great play call by Detroit Southeastern.
Going to go for 2 here. Uh-oh, bobbled snap, ball down. That is going to be chaos, and it's kicked. Oop, there's a hit, and he's going to run with this.
Yeah.
That's going to count? No, they can't score on the 2-point conversion.
Not in high school. In the pros, that would be 2 points the other way.
Right. So bobbled snap foils the 2-point conversion here, but a great drive by Southeastern, and we're in it now. We got a 3-point game, 10:54 remaining here in the city of Detroit. PSL Championship Division II on the prep. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for more action here in the city of Detroit.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
And we're back. Tom Adams Field campus of Wayne State University here. High school football action, Friday night lights, and we got a good one going here. Central 17, Detroit Southeastern 14, championship on the line. We got the kickoff starting, and I got to tell you, things have turned out great here, Sam.
Yeah, you know, 3-point game in the fourth quarter. What more can you ask for in a championship game? I love the games that we don't know the outcome yet. Everybody else is watching on the edge of their seat too, and here we go.
Kickoff here is going to bounce. It's going to stay in bounds. It will stay in bounds. Be careful. And so they'll down it right there. So that was up in the air. It's
almost an extended onside kick with the way that bounced.
Anthony Walk caught it there and was exposed to take some punishment. Let's take a look at the Division 7 rankings across the state of Michigan. Look at Traverse City St. Francis coming in number 1. New Lothrop at number 2. Hudson.
Always strong, New Lothrop.
New Lothrop, Detroit Central right here. The Trailblazers coming at 4. Lawton, Jackson, Lumen, Christie, Union City, Elkton, Pigeon Bay, Port, Ithaca, and then Napoleon rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, New Lothrop always seems to just pump out good teams in whatever sport it is, even wrestling too. So
where is New Lothrop?
It's right here on the hand.
All right.
There you
For
go.
our viewers at home, it's pointed in the middle of his hand.
Yes. It's in like middle Michigan.
Yeah. All right, well, the big drive here. So now they're going to go bunches up top and down below on the receivers. It's the first time we've seen that formation. Little jump pass. It's going to be short, but the pressure. And so that was the first time we've seen those 2 receiver stacks on both sides from Central today.
Well, Central's got to respond here. I mean, this 3-point lead is not comfortable, and for Southeastern to come out, kind of shut them down in the third quarter, and then put some points on the board to make it this close of a game, Central needs to respond to get some momentum back on their side.
And they really haven't had a lot of long drives since really that first quarter, because you remember both those 2 touchdowns in the second quarter were a result of turnovers. in Jungle territory. Another low snap. That's 2 snaps now. The first one was low, and Lewis was able to pick that one up and get the pass up, but that one's low as well, and he's just going to have to fall on that one. So things getting a little dicey here offensively for the Trailblazers.
I like the heads-up play there just to fall on it, not try to pick it up and be a hero. Like, just play for the next down, because the worst thing that can happen, you try to pick it up, you accidentally boot it, now all of a sudden it's a turnover. At least you're giving yourself a chance on 3rd and 15. I know it's not a great chance, but you're giving yourself a chance.
Yeah. Live to fight another day.
Yep. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We could do this all day, folks, if you'd like. All right, 3rd down. Big play here. Momentum definitely on the side of Detroit Southeastern. You bring pressure here, you sit back. Looks like they're going to sit back. They got the bunch formation on both sides. Hicks in the backfield. Lewis. But here's that man again. Here he comes again. Hello. Raising havoc. Terrence Hayes again.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play, though. I'm not sure if they're going to call that roughing the passer, if he got the face mask, but I was going to say before they threw that flag, you don't need to bring pressure when you got a man like number 6 coming off the edge, but it looks like a face mask here, which will be an automatic first down because it's a personal foul.
This will be a bailout if that's the case.
Yeah, even though it's not enough yardage to get a first down, it would still equate to that because of its being a personal foul.
Boy, if Hayes got the face mask, personal foul, face mask, I'd like to see this one again. He didn't even need to, he had him. Let's see.
They're saying it's 3rd down, but I think a personal foul results in an automatic first.
I didn't see none on that play.
If he did, he grazed it right at the beginning. Let's get a look. This will be a good look. Yeah. Yep, right there. He has him by the face mask as he takes him down.
Yeah,
good call by the official.
Wow. And he held on to it, too.
But they're still calling this a 3rd down. I am under the impression that any personal foul is an automatic first down, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before a couple times in my life.
I'm confused, but it's 3rd down, and that's what's going to happen right now. So here we go. 3rd down, another big play. Lewis is stepping up. He's over the line of scrimmage, but he's going to complete it anyway. Off to the races, and we're going to get a touchdown here. Holy moly, just like that. Touchdown. Trailblazers off to the races.
And who else? DeCarlos White, best defender in the state, had 2 massive catches in this game. And we're going to have to look back on that replay to see if he was beyond the line of scrimmage. We could check it out here.
That was the naked eye.
And the entire body has to be across. If any part is behind, and it looks like his entire body is across, and then one broken tackle later, you are not going to catch DeCarlos White.
DeCarlos White off to the races. And just like that, we talked about no sustained drives. They didn't need it on that one.
Yeah, his release point was right about the...
It was close. But, I mean, I think, again, you know, it's a full-speed motion. The refs are looking at a lot of stuff, and that's fine.
I'd like to see that replay one more time after the extra point, just to get one more look at it from the sideline.
So we feel better.
Yeah, from the sideline angle.
Lewis keeping it. He's going to get in for 2. So Javion Lewis doing it all now. Great completion there for the touchdown, and he'll take it in himself for the 2-point conversion, and that's a big blow for Detroit Southeastern.
Here's a look at the play. You see the marker up top is about the 30-yard line. No, that ball may have been. That's about as close as it gets, and you can see the refs standing on the line of scrimmage. So
I'm good with it.
Defer to them. We do not have the angle from up here. So yeah, it was a good call by the official to let that go, and it results in a score 25-14 Detroit Central over Detroit Southeastern. Touchdown. 9 minutes left to go in the 4th. Woo, baby.
Man, oh man, just like that. It was 3rd down. Hayes had the sack. Penalty, right? We thought it should have been a first down, but it was 3rd down.
Yep.
And then lightning strikes.
When I thought Jadavian Lewis could have ran that ball too. The middle of the field was completely open. When I said wide open, I wasn't referring to the wide receiver that he threw it to. I was referring to the middle of the field during that play. But hey, credit to him. He saw his man. And when you see DeCarlos White with a little bit of space, get that man the ball, and you see what happens.
He was moving too, broke open, found him in stride, and that was coast to coast. So a big bounce back touchdown there for Central as Southeastern had cut the lead to 3. We're going to go onside kick again. They tried it again. At the end of the half, for you who were not tuning in, Central kicked the ball off of a Jungle player, recovered it, and and they tried it again there.
That's my new favorite play, the kick right at the front line. Forget trying to hope for a good bounce, whatever. Just kick it at the guy. Make him make a play.
Find the right guy and kick it at him. Here it goes. A good replay. Crack staff at the prep. Right at him. He was looked like he was ready for that one.
This time he was.
Yeah,
you know?
This time he was.
And you like that. You love to see that out of players, and that's twice this game we've seen it. Like, hey, once that play worked, the next time we figured it out, that's good. That's evolution. That's smart football.
That's right, what you said earlier, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, whatever, however that goes. All right, so you got to bounce back here. Oh, that's intercepted. Guess who's got number 2? And then he laterals it. Whoop-de-doo, there we go. But I got to tell you, Mr. Tristan Duncan has not one, but 2 interceptions today. Who would have thunk that?
Wow, I cannot wait to see this again on replay.
It was tipped. The screen was set up perfectly, but the lineman tipped it, went right to Tristan again, and he caught it.
And here we go. You get a little play action.
Watch this right there.
Number
See
5
the tip?
bleeds out.
Yep.
It's tipped.
Yep.
Big Duncan again.
And now there's a lateral backwards. He said, you know what, I fell down last time. I'm just going to lateral it this time.
So someone on the Detroit Central sideline, grab number 55, let him know. Next time you get the ball, just fall down.
Yeah.
Just fall down. The whole team will run over, we'll jump on you, we'll celebrate, but just fall to the ground
Let
with
the
it.
dancing bear go down, right? Intercept the ball, then the dancing bear go down. That's it. Oh, that's great. Well, what a great memory, though. 2 interceptions in the in the city championship game. How about that as a lineman?
That's got to be a state record.
Got to be.
Another low snap, a direct snap this time to Dantes Hicks.
We haven't called his name very much in the second half, and I think maybe that was an adjustment made by the Jungliers. Say, listen, Hicks is all over there. Let's try and do something to thwart him a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, after he got that little cramp, he's kind of slowed down
he's
his
still
game.
Moving. Yeah, you can still see him shaking it out there. I mean,
Man.
he gave it all in the first half. I can tell you why he's cramping up, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bought the NFT of his hit in the first half already.
Nice. 25-14, 8:26 here left in the fourth. Central speeding towards a city championship here for the PSL Division II. We're going to get a timeout. I believe we're going to get a timeout by Central here. So we've got 8:18 remaining here. We'll be back. We'll take a break. You're looking live. High school football in the D. Listening to it live on the Prep. We'll be right back.
We got to thank our partners at Success Mortgage. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive a level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by the professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity, NLS MID 130562.
Back in action. Hicks with an inside handoff, picked up a couple. And so now if you're Central, you've got an 11-point lead, 8 minutes left. You got the ball on the Southeastern 35-yard line. Maybe milk a little clock here. What do you think?
Yeah, it's time to put the women and children to bed and go hunting, like they said in the program. This is when you put the game away.
Direct snap to Hicks, spinning. He's going to get close to that first down marker. Going to be just a smidge short. Bring up 3rd and short. And you got to feel for the Jungliers. I mean, they played extremely well, extremely hard. It's been a hard-fought game. A couple of breaks here and there, and it's daunting sitting here at 7:34 remaining. You're down 2 scores, and you got this offensive line and some talented players on the other team.
Yeah, the Southeastern coach, Courtney Dinkins, talked about limiting turnovers, and that's been a major factor in this game. I mean, when a defensive lineman has 2 interceptions, turnovers are an issue.
Yep, on screens.
Yeah.
2 interceptions on screens.
And that shows that defensive lineman is very smart.
You go heavy here, looking to pick up a short yard. Ah, they jumped. Well, that's exactly what I think they wanted to do, and unfortunately the Jungleers obliged.
And that's almost essentially another turnover. You know, it's 4th and 2, and you just give them a free 5 yards for the first down.
Yeah, hard cadence by Lewis, and they all jumped.
But hand it to the coach, you know, for Detroit Central. This is, like I said, been a chess match. You go out there in a big set, and they know they got to fire off the ball to try to stop you from getting those 2 yards. And then you go a hard count that you haven't done all game. That's good coaching.
It really is. Hats off to both coaches in this game, because I think they've done a great job of having both teams ready, and have to made adjustments, and let the kids play. So Central now 6:45, looking to salt this one away. Inside handoff to Hicks.
Hicks has been the majority of the ball carrier here down the stretch for them. They must trust that he is not going to fumble that ball.
That's what they want.
I believe that's his 10th rush of the game. He's closing in on 50 yards.
Yeah, majority of them now in this second half. Marcus Brown had that great touchdown catch in the first half. Coach Macon called Hicks and Brown player coaches on the field, senior leadership to go with Javion Lewis. Those 3 seniors really doing a nice job.
Look at Hicks with his footwork. You know, that's when you got that ladder out and you're getting 2 feet in each hole, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's exactly why you do the drill, a play like that. And you could see his footwork has been trained to go laterally and horizontally.
Find a hole, find a hole. We got a whistle and a stoppage of play. We're going to get a timeout by Central. So we're going to take another break here on the prep. 5:45 remaining. Central in the lead, 25-14 over Southeastern. We'll be right back for more action here on the prep.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All right, we're back. Tom Adams Field, on campus of Wayne State University. Central Trailblazers looking to salt this one away and win the PSL Division II City Championship. Just keep running the ball, right? Give it to Hicks.
Yeah, I mean, you feed your 2-headed monster. This is why you got fire and ice on your team, as Coach Macon calls them. Yep. You feed Hicks and Brown, Hicks and Brown, Hicks and Brown. Keep it going. Throw in Granberry a little bit if you want. Or have your quarterback keep it. Ooh, what a block. My goodness, can we see that replay again? The man that has 2 interceptions on the game just pancaked this guy in the backfield. I wasn't sure who he blocked, but watch 55 pulling right here.
Uh-oh.
My goodness. That is what you dream about as a pulling guard. I used to love trap plays.
You know, it really is a tribute. Tristan has had a phenomenal game. 2 interceptions, blocks like that, playing defense, playing offense.
You know, I've talked about footwork for the running backs a lot today, but when you're a big fella like that and you can move like that, right, that is more than impressive. You can tell why Detroit Central has a 7-0 record coming into this game.
Yes, sir.
There's talent all over the field. Their linemen are big. Their defensive lineman is senior-laden. You know, their quarterback is a senior who learned and was the backup last year, so he's familiar with the offense. You know, you got guys like Anthony Walk, who's considered a coach on the field. And, you know, these guys train, and you want to train to be like these guys? You want that speed? You want that energy? Blue Lion Fitness. Make sure you check them out. They are in Ann Arbor, and they will provide you with the best fitness training around. 401 South Maple, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 48103. Give them a call today, 734-929-5268. That is Blue Lion Fitness. Check them out, bluelionfitness.com.
All right. 5:22, multiple timeouts taken by both teams. Inside handoff, hello. Oh, he almost had it in there to Carlos White. Had daylight, just got tripped up as he had visions of another touchdown. Great run. More talent, right? I mean, that's what we keep talking about. I mean, they've got so many weapons on offense. Pick your poison, what you want to do.
And that time, you know, he's been killing them on the wide receiver end. They just get it into his hands on a handoff, too. So when you got athletes like that, it's just about getting them the ball, no matter how you do it. You see a positive pickup there.
In space, wearing the defense down. And that's what we're seeing here. DeMarcus Brown now checks into the backfield, so now you got fresh legs with Brown. You ran Hicks, then you ran DeCarlos White, and now you've got DeMarcus Brown in the game too, and they're going to give it to him. See, it's just, you know, they're just coming at him in waves.
Yeah, and it's tough for a defense, you know, and we talked about this several times during the game. A lot of these kids playing both ways, and when you can run a three-headed monster at them, fresh legs constantly. We're here 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and a guy's just getting his 5th carry, so you know he's ready and fresh and wanting to go. It's tough on a defense.
Yep. 4:15 left in this one.
Yeah, they're in no hurry to run this play.
Nope, and they shouldn't be. They've earned the right to milk this one away, and they're looking to do so. You know, looking at the Detroit Southeastern roster, they got a lot of guys coming back here, so future is definitely bright. Lewis going to keep it and push the pile. That one's just kind of like, okay, fine, get in. So Lewis scores to put an exclamation point on this one for Detroit Central. And guess who handled the ball there? It was Tristan. Oh, he's very good, very good.
I thought it was just a straight-up quarterback keeper.
Yeah, that's all it was. Just he pushed the pile. Straight-up keeper, pushing the pile, and there it is. Tristan right there.
You love that.
See, Tristan's first one through.
The old Bush push from Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart back in the day.
Oh, yeah. So Tristan Duncan gets the interception, leads to another touchdown. So his INT, he's got 2 of them, has led to 2 scores for Detroit Central.
And you can't forget that block he had on this drive, too. My goodness.
DeMarcus Brown now on for the extra point. For Central, high snap, gets it down. That is not going to get through, partially blocked. And the score will sit Detroit Central 31, Detroit Southeastern 14. City Championship, City of Detroit, PSL Division II. Central on their way to claiming victory. You're listening live on the Prep. We're going to take a quick break here while we get ready to wind this one down on the Prep.
Subscribe. Let's go.
All right, we're back. Tom Adams Field, Wayne State campus. Winding this one down. There's another. This one's a swoop kip, not at someone as they have been doing.
Like Detroit Southeastern just falling on that.
Well, that's what you told Tristan Duncan to do. Fall on it. So yeah, taking a look at the Detroit Southeastern roster, a number of these players coming back. I think the future's bright. Coach Dinkins done a great job getting them here, and they really have played well. I mean, you know, the score right now, as you sit at 31-14, to me, this is not a 31-14 game. I mean, if you watch the whole game, I mean, you know, Central has pulled away, but remember, it was 17-14, you know, late or in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter, nobody scored, and then the fourth quarter just kind of got away from Southeastern, and we were talking about it during the break. It just kind of seems like it just wore on them after time, you know. Central just kept coming in waves, and everybody was coming in waves.
Yep. Wearing them down. So let's see what the Jungleers can put together. Pass, heads up, look out, that's going to be picked off.
Uh-oh, he's got a chance
Larry
to break
Kennedy dancing with it. A good interception there and a tip ball. We got a Jungleer down in the middle of the field, unfortunately, and so that's going to be an interception. Not what you were looking for to start this drive towards the end of the game here. The ball was tipped. Maybe just a little too much heat. No, good coverage. Yep, good coverage in there as DeMarcus Brown playing a little D-back in there. He got a piece of it, popped it up in the air, and Larry Kennedy brought it in. We've got an injured player on the field for the Jungleers.
I believe that's the third interception on the day for Central.
Well, we know Tristan's got 2.
Tristan's got 2.
Yeah.
And there was one right there, and that's kind of been the story of the game. Leading 3-1 in the turnover battle will definitely get you a pretty nice lead at any time. You talk to coaches, even at the NFL level, they talk about that turnover differential, how that is almost the most important stat in all of sports. Forget rushing yards, forget passing yards, forget completion percentage, all that stuff. Throw it out the window. Yep, if you can get that turnover battle onto your side, you have like a 70, 80, 90% chance more of winning that game.
Yep. Anthony Mayo gets off the field. He did a very good game, played very hard. And on top of it, the 3-1 turnovers, but we also talked about a couple of penalties in there that led to first downs, and then it just went from there. So even though they weren't, turnovers on the stat sheet, in reality, it kept drives going and really led to some Central points. 3:28 left in this one, 31-14. Inside, little confusion there, almost a collision, a mid-air collision, as Hicks and Brown almost collided.
Central's got to be very happy about how this game is wrapping up and about how their season has played. And, we're starting to get ready for the Cass King game. You're starting to see the lineup of people outside of Wayne State, Tom Adams Field. It is going to be a packed night. Last time we called the game last year at Detroit Northwestern, there were people parked on the side of the streets. There were barbecues going on, tailgates going on. And we are going to have another raucous crowd here for this second game. So hopefully you stick around. And the Detroit Central fans starting to make some noise for their team because they could smell that championship.
Ship time. 2:44 left in this one, but yeah, the atmosphere is starting to pick up a little bit. There's Hicks again. Sam Stick-Day's favorite player, Mr. Hicks.
I don't know, man. Tristan Duncan has kind of stolen my heart.
The big man cometh.
Sometime those big fellas will get you. And 2 interceptions from a defensive lineman. Hicks with the huge hit, but then you look at Tristan Duncan, he had a huge hit on that pancake block. So,
and you can't forget your man, DeCarlos White, who is
the
best defender in Detroit, right?
And apparently the best wide receiver in this game.
That's right.
So he's got it going on both sides of the ball.
You need a scorecard to keep track of everything going on here, folks. So this one's winding down. We're just the 2-minute mark. Great win for Detroit Central. As they're going to win the Division II City Championship here in the PSL. Hard-fought game, definitely. They earned it. Remember, it was 17-14 to start the fourth. They had a 3-point lead, and that's what champions do. You kind of get backed up against the wall. I think you actually said it. At the time, this is a big drive for Central. When it was 17-14, they got to show something here. It's got to show that grit.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they did. They put the gas on, and they sped away from Detroit Southeastern.
Well, that's what champions do, right? They had the lead, and then it got down to 3. And it's like, okay, it's either go time or we're going to have to close up shop and let this other team take momentum and snatch it from us. And they said, no, this is our game. We're putting our stamp on it and just run away since then.
Yep. And their players made plays. Inside lob. Ooh, held him there a little bit. Nope, they were going to get the call. A red flag is thrown out there. Not sure what that means.
A pink flag.
It's a pink flag for cancer, breast cancer.
I would assume it's for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I agree. It's the first one I've seen, though.
And you know what? I was going to say I'm shocked that they're throwing it there, but you know what? If they punt, same thing, right? But this time, at least you get a pass interference.
Right.
Things can happen when you try to make that deep play, and that's exactly what happened on 4th and 9.
Yep. Only downside is it stops the clock.
Yeah, but you keep possession, so now you get to kneel down and just kind of end the game.
Victory formation coming up for Detroit Central as they're going to win the championship here with a victory. Isaiah Clemens for Detroit Southeastern gave it his all. Terrence Hayes was just a terror on defense. But that face mask penalty really was what, that was a big game changer there. So Jimmy Macon, in his 29th year coaching, is going to win a championship here. Victory formation for the Trailblazers. There's one knee. They'll take another one shortly, and that'll wrap up a championship for Detroit Central as the players start to celebrate. Parents getting in position to take the pictures and celebrate as well. Anytime you can win a championship, I think you mentioned this in the opening, right? It's something that sticks with you. It's a legacy. Forever. It's a tradition forever. Here they come.
And there they are, your PSL2 champions, Detroit Central.
Trailblazers win it. 31-14. Hard-fought victory and a great job by both teams. Clean hits we talked about. You know, players just playing, making plays. It was really entertaining.
Yeah, great game on both sides of the ball. Well coached. Hats off to both of these coaches.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we're talking about memories that are made, we're talking the PSL2 championship. You're going to be talking about this, especially Tristan Duncan. 2 interceptions as a defensive lineman. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to tell everybody about that 50 years from now. What do you think he's going to do? By the time he's older, he's going to be telling that story. He intercepted the ball 7 times. It's going to be like a big fish story.
Exactly.
But that's okay. He earned every bit of it.
Have at it, big man. That's a good job. Well, this has been a great game, and this is just game 1 of 2. We've got the big one coming up next. Stick, right? We've got Detroit again coming into action here. One of the biggest rivalries in the state of Michigan. Martin Luther King, Cass Tech, right here on Tom Adams Field for Division I PSL state championships. And what do you think about that one coming up?
Oh man, lots of thoughts on that one coming up. The history between those 2 programs, just what they go through year in and year out. You expect Cass King to always be in the PSL championship.
For sure.
You know, Dante Moore, a senior now. You know, you got a freshman, Corey Sadler, over there for Cass Tech. I got to call the first game of the season against Southfield A&T with them, and that kid is an absolute beast. So just a lot of talent's going to be on the field coming up later on tonight. A lot of talent on the field right now, and you look at Detroit Central celebrating their championship. We'll come back with highlights from the game and give you some statistics so we can break it all down live here. PSL2 championship, Wayne State, Tom Adams Fieldhouse. Central 31, Southeastern 14. We'll be right back with highlights and statistics on the prep.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
I'm Lexi Ayala with 2 G's of the game, sponsored by G Brand. Give you guys the hats. Go ahead. Put it on. G's of the game, players of the game. We got Tristan Duncan right here, plays both sides. And we got DeCarlos White, plays both sides. First off, let's start on defense. You guys really wanted to stop the running game, especially Isaiah Clemens. And Coach coined you the best defender in the state, White. So how did you get it done tonight?
mean, I really got to give it to my D-line. I ain't really get that many tackles on them, but it started with the D-line. That's the most important part of the team is the D-line and the O-line, so I really got to give it to them.
And that's this guy, the D-line and the O-line. Big pancake tackles. Tell me about how you're able to get in there and get to whoever has the ball.
So, I got an idol named Jeffrey Big Dog. I try to be like him, you feel me? And I just try to work hard, try to play physical, be dominant. That's all I can do. Hard work and practice.
And Tristan, this might be one of the craziest stats I've ever heard. 2 interceptions from a lineman. How'd you get to those balls?
I don't know, man. D-line making the play, you feel me? Me studying film, knowing they was going to run the screen when they was down a lot of yards, you feel me? Other than that, my aim made a great play, knocked the ball out the air, caught it. So, hey, D-line.
D-line. Great hustle. And White, over 100 yards, a big touchdown. How do you get that done on the offensive end? Where do you find those gaps?
I mean, I really just try to make a play every time I step on the field. My mentality is make a play every time I step on the field. Ain't nobody better than me when I step on the field. That's how I got to feel. That's my mentality.
And what's the message to your quarterback? He also found you so many times, got it done for you. What do you got to say about Lewis?
I mean, I gotta love my quarterback, but it started with the O-line, though. If the O-line don't block, then I can't get the ball. He can't pass the ball. That's why you got to keep on scrambling out, but it starts with the O-line. But I love my quarterback.
And Tristan, that was you on the O-line, who you were the first into the end zone, getting Javion in there for his final touchdown. How do you make sure that you can block even on both sides?
Just, you feel me, just want to protect my quarterback, knowing that he's the most prized possession of the team right now. Telling everybody to block, you feel me, protect him, feel me, to go, yeah.
And finally, what's the message now for the rest of the season, still undefeated?
I mean, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta work hard, practice hard. You gotta get ready for the state playoffs. Trying to go 14 games, 14-0.
You ready for the 14 games?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good job. These are the players of the game. G-Brand, back to you guys.
Thanks, Lexi. That was awesome. That is just, winning a championship and the emotion and just the, just fun. Right?
Yeah, and you know what I took away from that? DeCarlos White and the big number 55, Tristan Duncan, they were talking about studying film. That's what put him in the correct position. Yep. And I love that DeCarlos White gave credit to the defensive line and the offensive line. Yep. A lot of times when you see a wide receiver or a cornerback, it's a me mentality. Not on this team. No way. Not with these guys. It's giving credit where credit's due to the big uglies up front who did a heck of a job today for Detroit Central.
Coaching. It goes back to coaching. That's props, teaching them where it is.
Yep, and let's take a look at how we got to 31-14 here at Wayne State Tom Adams Field. It was a fun game, fun first half. Lots of scoring in the first half, starting with some safeties. A safety right off the bat for Central to put them up 2-0. And then we see right here responding, Detroit Central coming back with a nice pass over the middle. Touchdown to put them up. I believe that the score was DeMarcus Brown. And then here we go. A nice, huge hit by Dontez Hicks. Look at that tackle. Form tackle. And that was in real time. It looked sped up, but that was in real time. And that kind of set the tone for what was to come. Detroit Central from there, another long pass. And who's that man again? Big number 7 for him.
That was Anthony Walk on that one.
Yep, Anthony Walk doing his thing. And then here we go, Javion Lewis. We thought he may have been over the line of scrimmage. He was not, though. DeCarlos White takes that ball, and that's part of his 108 yards on the day with a touchdown. And don't forget, he also did it on the defensive end, too, locking up some players from Detroit Southeastern. Detroit Southeastern tried to stay in the game. This right here, though, the second interception for the big man, doesn't really know what to do with the ball in the field. We're not going to hold that against him. He intercepted the ball.
Got 2.
Yep, and there's nothing you can say about that.
Now watch him lead the block, too. Yep. Right behind Tristan in the end zone.
What do? You get behind your big man. You have Javion Lewis just go in, and that kind of sealed the game. And here we go. The favorite formation for every offensive coordinator ever to call a play. Just give me that victory formation. And a nice punt into the stands, celebrating the city championship. PSL 2 going to the Detroit Central Trailblazers. Great job to them. Great job to the fans. Great job to the coaches. And we're on to the next one. Cass and King coming up at 7 o'clock. We will have it for you right here on the Prep.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I got my book out. I got all my notes. I'm going to go through it right here. I got all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like, a beautiful mind going on in here.
So we will see you at 7 o'clock right here, Gridiron Game Day on the Prep.